need your promise, I'm a boldly. If you just take the time to hear me out. At times I wanna run away, so sick and tired of doing things my way. I just wanna know there's a brighter day. Nothing's ever the same, it's all the other way. I can do it on my own. 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 Seems like everybody's against me. Used to hear me, now they don't hear me. Man, I can't play that working real deep. But your opinion ain't gon' change what's good. I can't let them body not change me. Switching me round and rearrange me. Get destroyed the heart, now to aim me. I came too far to let them rock me back to sleep. At times I wanna run away, so sick and tired of doing things my way. I just wanna know there's a brighter day. Nothing's ever the same, it's all the other way. I can do it on my own. 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 At times I want this. Look in the back, I'm ducking the past. Demons are back, I'm holding it back. There's no going back, I'm gripping it hard. I'm looking at D. We focus on living, spiritual healing. I wanna feel it. She with the vision. We washing our garments, soon to be busy. We want deliverance. Last call, the sky is splitting. Watch it repeat. I want a life without no ceilings. I want a block that do not fear me. I want a bump so that they hear me come. Riding around that New Jerusalem. Ride with me. Ride out. Ride with me. That's right, that's right. Ride with me. Ride around we go. Ride around now, ride around we go.
Yeah, heart racing, I've been waiting. Running to the Lord, I'm coming home cause he been patient. I've been hella faithful to Satan. Mind changing, I'm just trying to get it right before he replace me. You know sin is contagious, yeah. I'm looking forward, but mentally stumbling morally. My mind telling me the world glitter and it's more to see. I'm running from myself, going double time mentally. Sometimes I shock myself, I ain't know that thing exists in me. How to me against the enemy. Wartime and I ain't looking for a friend in me, yeah. Lord, shine some rays on me, I ain't a gangster, but sometimes I gotta tap into that energy. World shakers, no Creflo, but world changes. Still aging, pray when he find me, I'm found faithful. World shakers, no Creflo, but world changes. Still aging, pray when he find me, I'm found faithful.
I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. Yeah, man. Ever since I found out the truth about my nationality, I've been going hard on the daily, spiritually. All these curses put on the nations. I can't relate to every one of them. Round and around we go. Same old thing, still ain't had enough. Round and around we go again. And they say that I'm crazy, the way that I'm pacing, but I put my faith in Most High. I know who I am now, I know that I'm chosen, and I don't plan on going. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. I've been going double, Yeah, I've been going double time. I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time. Yeah, seek him 10,000 times. I'm in overdrive. The workload don't move slow. My hat's off to true folks. I salute those that follow the Jew code. No days off, bringing the light to the people like Akon. Our faith strong like King Kong. We'll move in a moment. And it's 0 to 100 from night to the morning till we get it how we want it. Yeah. Round and around we go. Same old thing, still ain't had enough. Round and around we go again.
Learned the truth and took off like a rocket. Got me going double time like I'm rocking 2 watches. It feels good to be a prophet surrounded by prophets. And I refuse to be that dog that returned to his vomit. Father, I'm working to come back to you. Studying the word in the scripts like I'm a character. Keeping these commandments and that's building up my character. Driving out these demons now, no more dodging them challenges. I done away with all those spirits I was entertaining. Hoping and praying that you listen to my supplication. Constantly changing to the God that you created. Ain't feeling suicidal, but I'm trying to die daily. Cause I know the mission, and I know what's waiting in the ending. The kingdom's coming, we getting closer, I can feel it. Gotta stay diligent, I'm steady playing my position. Lord knows that I don't wanna miss it. So I've been going double, yeah. I've been going double time.
Tell me where the love goes.
Our people have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119 verse 142. Psalms chapter 119 verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy love is the truth.
We got to sign this joint. Somebody come up here with some cue cards behind our head and just write down what it is. What's that? A dry eraser board? Get a dry eraser board in this joint.
What about now, family? Can y'all hear us online? It's echoing.
It's echoing. Okay, it says mic echoes, mic echoes. We good?
Money?
Okay. All
Thank
praises.
you, thank you.
Hey,
officer.
one more time. Welcome to Patient Saints Radio. Hey, I'm Captain Shemaiah.
Captain Matthew.
I'm Officer Alicia.
Officer Dothan.
All right. Hey, listen. Do we have sound effects too?
Yes, sir.
Can we get a round of applause, please?
Yes, sir.
I want a round of applause. Captain Emma, sound is real low. Let's turn it up a little bit. And let's do the round of applause again. praises. Get the round of applause.
All
And
praise to the
that,
Most High.
Israel, is for the tech team. Round of applause for the IUIC tech team.
Shout out to Officer Yosef.
Yes. So they're still saying the volume is low.
Damn. Cap saying it's real low.
Oh, so Officer Solomon, you say it's good? Why you not on the show? Why you not on the show?
We definitely got mics and chairs.
Man, get your behind up here. Take off your yellow jersey.
Hey, man, he on vacation, man. He said he came up to Baltimore, man. He on vacation.
He came up
man.
here for the breakfast.
Yeah.
This ain't the Breakfast Club. The hell is this? It is what it is, bro. Hey, big shout out to Deacon Malachi. Shout out to Captain Amaziah. Shout out to Captain REA, Officer Carmela, our sisters, Sister Nayama, Sister Hananana, and Sister Leah. 1 2 1 2. Did the mic just go down?
Nah, they.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the speakerphone. They saying turn up the
They
sound.
still
though.
saying the mic is low.
They said,
Somebody said the camera's too close.
yeah.
Yo, listen.
We
you got-
working
You
with-
have
with
to,
some
you have to
extra.
just take in all this goodness, close and direct. That's all we got. They got a big pole blocking the.
I want to
Yeah,
submit
man.
an appeal for the IT evaluations from this year. I would love to do that.
You say that again?
I would like to file an appeal
Okay.
for the IT
Can we get some
evaluations.
sound? Can we get some sound effects behind that? Okay. Well, I wouldn't do a bomb, but okay. Okay.
I gotta do my own sound.
I wouldn't really do a bomb, but hit that. Say that thing again. What you just said.
I would like to file an official appeal for the IT evaluation.
Okay. So Officer Yosef
Right.
did a IT presentation at Men's Conference, which we'll get into in a second. And he says how good IT or how much IT has improved
Right.
over the years. During his presentation, IT messed up the IT presentation.
That's the chickens coming home to roost.
I'm like, oh, if y'all can't get y'all own presentation right, ain't no way in hell y'all gonna take care of everybody else. Ain't no way, boy.
It's the spirit, man. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, and we got another person on the show right here, sipping lattes.
Look, King Solomon, is it?
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless.
Who are you?
I'm Officer Solomon from Atlanta. I'm glad to be here. The
All
mighty
praises.
captains, the mighty officers,
Oh God,
my family. I love you guys.
the fluff.
We here, baby.
Listen, big shout out to the General,
Yes, sir.
Bishop Nathaniel. Round of applause, y'all. Come on now. Since you clap your hands too. Listen, shout out to Bishop Kanai.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Bishop Yawasai. Woo, shout out to all of our deacons, man.
That's right.
Listen, men's conference is amazing. That's the best way I can describe it.
That's where the real top G's assemble.
Top G, I like
That's
that.
where the real top G's
It
assemble.
says
We're
top
trying to
G's
change-
unite.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow. Hey, men's conference was, because it's not over yet. So I keep saying was as if it's over. I apologize. Men's conference, I know we get better every year, but for some reason this year just hit different. You know what I'm saying? It hit different as far as every one of the presentations, like Deacon Yahshua's presentation. Look,
Man, that thing right there, you got to reevaluate yourself. Your
Deacon,
whole,
man, go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, I'm saying that thing messes you. As a leader, that thing, his presentation really hit home on the practicality and the pragmatic way
yes.
to improve not only improve, but also to examine yourself. So that thing right there really hit totally different.
Right. I agree 100%. Deacon Laba, Deacon Malachi, they had me ready to go to camp. Yeah. You know, it's a reminder of, you know, you'll mess up, but that does not define who you are as a man, as a leader, as one of the called, one of the chosen, so on and so forth.
Say perspectives.
So many perspectives, so much great input that really helped build our spirits. You know, because the world beat us up.
Right.
All throughout the week, every month, so on and so forth. And we know the Sabbath is a rejuvenator. We know that the feast days are a rejuvenator. But events like this, as men, as future leaders, as current leaders, it's going to build your spirit to take on the fight that you know inevitably is coming.
Right.
And back to Deacon Joshua, dealing with the practicalities of leadership, he mentioned working on yourself, working on your team, and working on the collective. And that really stuck with me because it really goes into self-examination, but the self-examination is not only to better yourself, but to better all those that are around yourself.
Right.
You know, so it really, listen, and I could, deacons, shout out to y'all. I can tell y'all spent a lot of time on your presentations, and it was surely well received.
Right.
I'm going to say that right now.
And then the follow-up with Deacon Joshua, Deacon Malachi, and then he even evolved and pushed past his limit.
Shout out to
give
Deacon Malachi a round of applause.
He on the IT team now.
Deacon Malachi using the tech team and IT and all kind of PowerPoints. Deacon was like, I don't even know what a PowerPoint was, man. But he pointing out PowerPoints now.
Right. All praises. But honestly, that shows the evolution, though. And as leaders, that we all got to evolve. Every last one of us has to evolve. So seeing that, there's really no excuse. I never would have thought I'd have saw Deacon Malachi on a PowerPoint presentation. So all praises.
Hey, Cap, it was heavy how leadership, they brought out Acts, and they brought it to life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because we'll read the book of Acts. Oh, yeah, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? What the forefathers did, that's good, that's great. But then once they actually put it into real time, and they're showing how, well, you know, how certain, you know, the soldiers were mobilizing. You see what I'm saying? There was many great men that was not really mentioned. We will read about Paul, we read about Barnabas, but there were so many other moving parts. And then now we got to do those same things today because the Acts of the apostles are still going today. Like I said, the 144 are apostles.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean that was heavy.
Speaking of that, surely the Lord is dealing with Bishop Nathaniel.
Yes.
I mean, without a doubt. Because, you know, in a carnal way, we know he's in a carnal way. You're like, man, that was like the best class I ever seen. The next week,
every week,
he'll top last week's and prior. I'm like, how do you do that? Because I'm gonna say this. Yesterday's class with Bishop Nathaniel, even before we went on the air, there were some things that went down and were said that it was a reminder to us, especially as captains.
Yes, sir.
That the Lord is always looking for us to be orderly. The Lord is always going to remind us to be orderly. We don't serve a God of confusion, and we must always be reminded of that. Because we're black. And some of us are ashy. We're going to do an elbow check in a minute, an ankle check. Because we tend to revert back to being so-called black.
Right. Hey, make sure the mic volumes are good. We still getting hits on that. So we need to get that in order. Because you speaking about order, and the mics are out of order.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
Shout out to Joseph.
Shout out to all my
I want to see what that audit list going to look like next year.
Damn.
Shout out to all my iPod users. Somebody said my earpods I can't hear.
Yeah,
So, so the iPhone doesn't conquer all things.
Right. Damn.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Brother going off. But hey, but it was an eye opener, like you said, showing the Acts of the Apostles continue. And again, we learned some things prior to class being aired as a constant reminder to us. Don't get comfortable.
No, and he will chastise you like a father, straight up. And we need that chastise. So that was good. That was a good spanking that we all need.
Right.
To do a nice hard reset.
Right.
To get out, keep our minds right.
So we tend to think because we're at men's conference or we're at a feast day or we're at a event, could be a tabernacles, a Passover, whatever the case may be. We always have to keep in mind we don't serve a God of confusion.
That's right.
So because we're in jollity, because we're so-called letting our guards down, because we're in a more festive environment, we'll say, let's revert back to being black. Bishop like, hell no. Nah, that's not gonna happen. And to be honest, some brothers might be butthurt, but
it is what it is.
we need that constant reminder. We need that. Go ahead, Officer Solomon.
No, I was just gonna say you had used the word and I didn't really know what it meant.
That jollity?
Yeah, you caught that too?
Me too.
Oh, jollity means like joyful. That's actually in first.
Context clues, because that's what I thought. I
Cool.
wasn't sure, but I appreciate that.
That's in
Cool.
First Ezra chapter 4. Okay, jollity meaning joyful.
Read my Bible enough.
You can't even. We revert to being black so quick.
I was just about to say.
Okay, look how quickly we revert to being black.
I just didn't want that to go over my head. So when I get home, wife, kids, I expect some jollity. Okay?
That's right.
See you when I get there.
Right.
I can't, man. I can't with y'all.
But that thing was awesome though. That was a once in a lifetime experience, especially from a hosting standpoint. I'm seeing that.
How was it being behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, all that?
Honestly, personally, I actually get a joy out of seeing things ran orderly and the brothers coming in town and having and enjoying themselves without it looking like a Chinese fire drill. Because that's the thing on us. Like when we do things, it's always out of order. You were speaking to the order, and you said when you go to a typical black function, things are just done half-ass and things like that. So to see things ran in order, it's always good seeing that. They do a good job. RP does a good job keeping things in order. So I had a good time. They do a lot of running back and forth, but it's a labor of love. So all praise to the Most High. And
Let's give IUICDC a round of applause.
All praises. You got to thank the Most High for the opportunity to be able to host the top G's on the earth. Straight up, that's a high honor. So all praise.
Yes. Y'all did an amazing job, man. All praise to the Most High. All praises. So we have a few promos. We ain't just gonna let that slide by.
Yes, sir.
We got some real good stuff. IT, we queued up? Ready. All right, let's go. Let's play that for y'all.
How are these men calling themselves the sons of God?
You are now flying.
We hit the block in the thousands. Deep. From Detroit to Ghana, from old block back to the islands. Reach. The army of God, we here to clean up the problems. Preach. That fervent heat, some more on the beat. So who finna pay for this blood in the streets?
Damn. Give the Lord a round of applause.
Man, that thing right there, that was powerful, man.
But we're not gonna stop there.
Oh, absolutely not.
We're not gonna stop there.
Won't stop.
Can't stop. Take that.
There's more.
Let's go.
Check it, look, I came from where it's drama and it's hostile. Where I'm at, we cure the trauma with the gospel. More than 12, it's like 1,000 apostles. Hit your block and then we dip like it's nachos. What's a op? We in the kitchen where they pop toast. Riding like a Tahoe, never scared of them potholes. We came to save the same ones they made a victim. Plagued with the sickness, the scripture gave the prescriptions. It's a doctor bag, play without the hockey mask. Came to chop up whoever, then it's a body bag. Told her we the sons of God, and I got to brag. Whole hood know we in the field like where they cop.
So, Captain Matt.
Yes, sir.
You see the community out, came out in full force, cameras lifted, faces were filled with jollity.
Yep.
Most deaf.
That's the word of the day.
Most deaf. Right.
Yeah.
That's the word of the day. Faces filled with jollity. You know, being behind the scenes, you got to interact with a lot of the community. What were some of the things that they were saying?
They were really appreciative of us coming out and seeing that imagery, because that's actually the worst neighborhood in Baltimore. Their crime average is like up 235% above the national average.
Damn.
So as you saw, even when we walked through several times, and I've never seen the elderly come out, but you saw how they just stayed on the porch because it's that bad. They come out, you know, and it's a lot of crime, but we went there to instill hope. You hear Bishop Yas talking about hope deferred.
Yeah.
You know, was that Proverbs 13 and 12?
Yep.
Can we get that real quick? Because you see that there. So we want to come in the community and really clean it up. We're not there for the lights, cameras, and action. We really want to get the minds right of our people. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 12. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick. But when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life.
And that's what we were out there. That was the desire, the tree of life. When they saw men in order, discipline and structure, you saw smiles that people had never seen it. I mean, we were well received by the community, and we're going to continue to build in that community. So you want to, what was your experience like seeing the people out there?
Absolutely. It was, you know, Captain Shem be regulating when you were in formation. My head couldn't really swivel.
Right, I was gonna say, were you able to look?
That's why I had to go to you, because you was behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All I could do was like do.
Cap said all I saw was the head in front of me, brother. That's it.
Right, yeah, because Cap, and he sees everying.
Listen, yo, shout out to Captain Shem, man. Shout out to you. Give him a round of applause for that.
You know, he reminded me like Bernard Hogg. You know, he boxed for like 50 years and didn't gain 1 pound. Captain Shem's been like the same weight for like 30 years.
So like I was saying, you know, I couldn't do the head swivel, but I could quickly glance.
Hey, look, they were out there. They were looking out there. I would say that was probably one of the more viewed by the community march that I've seen. They were looking out the windows. They was outside, so just seeing them, I'm like, okay, they came out. The fly team did a good job of creating the buzz before we started marching. They was out there getting the people to come outside. So shout out to the men that was on the fly.
Right. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to those brothers, man. But again, able to see, because even before we even started the march, we were gathered. Like people came and was like, what are you brothers doing? Yeah. Because ultimately it's far from the minds of our brothers and sisters to see brothers gather together without ratchetness, without the smell of weed and liquor and twerking and all manners of debauchery. It's foreign to us.
Right.
So to see men standing austere together in unity with one common purpose, which is keeping the commandments in the spirit of Christ, it's like a damn seeing a Loch Ness monster.
Man, and that's how it was when they were looking. They'd never seen that before. They've never seen that before. We had talked, they interviewed some people in their 80s and 90s. They've never seen that before. So all praise to the Most High. Again, shout out to the bishop and the spirit that the Lord put on him. You know, straight up.
Officer Dothan, you saw anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, so to me, the most powerful thing was just seeing the kids. So there were tons of kids that were running out of the house.
Right.
And it took me back to, I remember when the fire truck would ride through with Santa Claus, right?
No, yeah.
So we would look out the window like with awe, but the kids were running out and their mouths were literally dropping. They've never seen so many black men with a positive image.
Hey, I need y'all to keep it down over there. Keep it down, bro. Go ahead.
But it was awesome. So one particular incident, Officer Daniel and myself, the fly team, they were talking to 2 little girls, and they had the flyer open, and of course they were showing the image of Christ. The little girl turned around to her sister. She said, "Oh, dang, he black," and she gave her sister dap. I said, that's amazing.
Right,
I'll never forget that.
Right.
I hope one camera recorded, but I'll never forget that.
Right. Damn.
Yeah.
So the unity that the children see, that the elders see, just that interaction changes lives. That interaction changes lives. And and so when I think about like Haman, Riza, SPLC, things of that nature, I can see why they're upset.
That's right.
I can see, I get it. I get it. We don't like it, but I get it. Because the biggest threat to them is the 12 tribes unifying.
That's right.
Think about it. Think about it, officer. You just made mention about two young girls are hearing that Christ is black for the first time. And you can see the immediate reaction. Think about, because you mentioned Santa Claus going through on the fire truck. How much investment was made in the lies for the one interaction to get a response that 400 years of brainwashing has done?
Right.
You see the point?
Yes, sir.
Nothing can oppose the truth. It can only help the truth.
Right. And it's being undone so fast. Like you said, to go back to their frustration, I mean, it's being undone so fast. I mean, the Lord is assembling the lowest of us out of the community, and it's frustrating. We're talking about trillions of dollars, various think tanks, psychological warfare, chemical warfare in the food. These things are going on and being undone by brothers that we work in the fry stand. You understand what I'm saying? We janitors and all that.
Janitors.
Brothers in here that could barely read before they came into the truth. No high school diploma are now destroying top scholars through the word of the Most High.
Get a Lord a round of applause for that.
You got to get a Lord a round of applause on that.
Hey, Cap, but listen, that's the heavy part about it, because the people are expecting our so-called leaders today, the celebrities, the basketball players, the Cornel West to rise up, but they're seeing what they call niggas doing it. That's the real, wow factor in it, because it's like how would you know how to do this? What schools did you learn from? I never seen you before. You supposed to be out there in the ghettos and the hoods, but y'all are
this man let us.
So yeah, man, that's really the heavy part about it. That it's guys that they don't expect to rise up.
Right, and then all our quote unquote leaders, they set up anyway. They set up all our leaders, So
Cap, you were talking about that fear. So it's the death that they smell. They can literally see that their kingdom is being torn down. But Cap, I don't know if you remember, we went through a couple of days before, and we just imagined, like, what if this whole neighborhood was full of, instead of our degenerate people at a lower state, repentant Israelites?
Yeah.
What if this whole project was repentant Israelites?
Hey, remember we had last night we all went out to eat, right? And it just so happened we walked into the restaurant, we see Cap and them in there. We're like, hey, so it's maybe like 10 of us at a time. By the end of the night, it's nothing. We ran everybody else out the restaurant. It's nothing but Israel in there. We just laughing, kicking it, having a good time. And you just think, damn, what if every day was like this?
Man, that thing, it was like a Israelite version of Cheers. All the wicked ran out the bar, straight up. But it was all of us, and then it was all in righteous. And then the owner, we actually got there, because when we went there, we stayed off-site at the Airbnb because we had to run back and forth. But we went to the restaurant the first night. We met the owner. Our first night there, we did the same thing, cleared it out. They leave at 2 o'clock. They stayed open later to host us. They leave at 2 o'clock. 2:06.
Literally.
Niggas break in the joint, busted up his glass, because they opened up at 7 a.m. to serve us breakfast. They don't open up till 10. They came in at 7. We show up. He's repairing the broken glass from our own people breaking in your own stuff. This brother owns 3 different restaurants. He took real good care of us, he gets rewarded by his own people smashing his window, man. The hell is this? That's the foolishness, bro.
Hey, real quick, because let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 2, because you made mention, Officer Lisha, that the people are expecting, and we have some more promos, by the way. The people are expecting the Cornel West. They're expecting the Oprahs and the Tavis Smileys, the Al Sharptons. This is what they're expecting. Well, let's go to verse 25.
1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 25?
Chapter
No,
1.
chapter. Did I say 1? I said 2? I'm sorry, chapter 1.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, verse 25.
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 25. Because the foolishness of God is wiser than men.
Because, okay. So men have wisdom's theology. They have different forms of academia, different levels of academia, I should say. Your doctorate, your master's, whatever the case may be. You have all of these various accolades of the world. But as Officer Dothan, you were saying, Cap, in this small interaction, you're shutting down men who have studied for decades. Here you have a brother who's been in the truth for 5 years, for 2 years, for 3 years, casting down decades of studies. You got to think about this. Because I'm talking about the individuals like your Cornel West and things of that nature. They've been studying for decades. You have a brother in the truth for a year, even a year.
Yeah.
Even a year is casting down everything that you learned in modern academia.
And you know, Cap, to your point, it kind of like accelerates your studies because you know what to look for now.
Right.
We know we the Israelites, so we're not going to go into an Egyptology book looking for the answers to life. We're looking for, okay, how can we cast down this doctrine?
Continue to read.
And the weakness of God is stronger than men.
So the things that they deem to be nothing, like that's what the Big Bang Theory is to try to discredit the power of God. That's what evolution is. It's to try to discredit the power of God, right? But it says, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. So the thing that they're deeming to be weak, it says, listen, this is of the Lord. It's far stronger than anything that you men have.
That's right.
For you see your calling.
Hey, listen, all of you brothers that attended the men's conference, that assisted with men's conference, we all have to see our calling. If you haven't gotten anything from men's conference, I hope it is you see your calling. Like the officer said, the officer himself said he's never going to forget that interaction with those two young sisters. You got to think about that. So now what's the everlasting thought in his mind is, this is bigger than me. This is bigger than me. One flyer that I gave out to some sisters, it shows me my purpose again. It reaffirms the reason why I'm called. This men's conference is bigger than the men that were there. Bishop showed India. He showed brothers teaching in Congolese. He showed brothers teaching in Spanish. He showed various countries that we need to visit. He went over brothers getting their passport. And Bishop, this is not his first discussion about passports. So listen, for you brothers that have been in the truth 2, 3, 4, 5 years and are still like, oh yeah, I'm working on my passport. Bishop been talking about this for 4 or 5 years.
I think longer than that, Cap.
Yeah, I'm just, even longer than that.
I think when I first came in, like, that was a push.
Yeah.
That's what made me go get it. I'm like, shoot, I'm trying to go see the world, teach his gospel.
So the point is, you shouldn't still be dragging your feet. Right. That means you haven't seen your calling. Now, again, Bishop even went over, is there any brothers who are unable to get a passport? It was only a few hands.
Right, because you got brothers most of it dealing with child support.
Right,
so if you're in a situation like that, we understand. But you brothers that can get it, go out there and get it, man. But like you said, this been the push for at least, last 6 years. Yeah. So it's no excuse, man.
So there's no excuse.
Uh-oh.
There's absolutely no excuse. Put down a few dollars, get your passport, make an appointment. Matter of fact, what y'all brothers should do is make the appointment.
At least do that first.
Make the appointment. A lot of times it's going to be a little distance out, maybe like 30 days out. Now, because you have that appointment, you compelled to get your paperwork in order, fill out your documentation, and go to the appointment. It's a really simple process. But continue to read. Verse 26 again.
Verse 26, for ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh.
So this is your Cornel West, like we just mentioned. Give me some more, not just Cornel. I keep saying Cornel West. Eric Michael Dyson.
You got Boyce Watkins.
Boyce Watkins. All of these mighty.
Barack Obama.
But yeah, oh damn, that's a good one right there. Damn. Don't say
total
nothing about no
plan.
Barack now. You know
Change
these.
that we can believe
Hey,
in.
listen, these folks right here in D.C. They'll come get you.
They will. Hey, look.
Don't talk
bag
about
on
no
my
Barack.
head.
how say nothing about my Barack.
You know that's
And
how that,
Michael. Or Michelle, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I ain't messing. I ain't gonna mess with that brother. I ain't gonna mess with that dude. Man of the year.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look, faces changed when I said that. Don't beat my ass. I'm sorry. But continue to read.
Not many mighty, not many noble are called, but God.
Not many men of nobility. That goes into your Baracks.
Right.
Not many men of nobility. Go ahead.
But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world.
That's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Like these dudes,
These guys that screaming on the streets.
these guys.
Yeah.
I remember you,
look at it.
Tyrone, when you was pitching crack back on the block with me.
Right.
Now Tyrone is a mighty officer. Now Tyrone is a captain. Now Tyrone is a deacon in God's army.
Right.
In God's army. Oh damn. That was a late ass bomb, wasn't it?
Shout out to Yosef.
Go ahead.
To confound the wise.
So, what is the purpose of these men that are chosen? One of the main purposes is to cast out all the lies that the wise of this world have set up. Now, I know a lot of our people that's in these positions of nobility, they have the stigma attached to them that they're for our people. But what God is saying is they are attributors to the falsehoods that we believe. What do you think Barack has us believing in? That we can vote our way out of oppression.
And you got to really think the only thing he ran on hope and change. The only thing he changed was men and the women.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And them equal opportunity bathrooms.
Right. Yeah, that's what it was. now
he gave you the ability to cut your rod off. And actually, we're gonna touch on that. Yeah, I found some stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna touch on that. Brother's gonna be cringing.
Hey, but yeah, before we move on, because I'm still in the mindset of what you said about our passports and how we are not getting them in a timely manner. Christ said that the kingdom of God is within us. Right. So we are the only ones who's holding it back. So when we see all of these men who are not getting their passport, it shows a lack of faith. It shows that they do not believe. It's up to us to get the gospel out. You see what I'm saying? Right. So we really got to change our mindsets because we are the ones that's holding us back. Not nobody else. It's really not the white man that's doing it.
Right.
It's us that's doing it because we're slothful. We still have our ties in the world, what have you, but we don't really believe in the vision that's being set forth.
Right.
Yeah, it's no sense of urgency to get out of here. But the Lord gonna turn it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why he put in our leadership spirit to have men conferences. Because now it's one thing, let's say it's a couple of us in the school that don't have our passport. You're looking at it as just a few of us. When you go to men's conference and then you see all the hands that may have gone up, you're like, oh, so I'm actually a part of the problem. I'm a part of a bigger problem. That's it right there. It's okay, so now you got to say, you know what? I'm going to help this problem. So then now when you get back to your city, make your appointment to get your passport.
Right, and that's how that's the thing about the real men's conference ran by real men of the Lord. They challenged us as men. You know, from everything from making sure your health, losing weight, getting passports, making sure your house in order. So this ain't no pep rally where they just going in there blowing smoke. No, they gonna get up in your face and tell you how you need to conduct yourself as a man, as a father, a brother, a husband. Understand that. So I don't want people thinking that this thing is they come that we just slapping each other on the back. Hell no. Right. They were getting brothers' asses in order.
Right, absolutely. Read that. Read that from the top again. 27.
Yes, sir. Verse 27. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God
you know why it says the foolish things? is because the mere fact that people that they have destroyed have the audacity, the gumption to damn come together, it's going to come to naught. Remember, they tried that in Nehemiah. Or was it Ezra? When he said the wall, a fox run upon a wall, it's going to, like, why even build? It's going to come to nothing. This is how the nations think. Why are black and brown people trying to get together? There's nothing going to come from it. This is what they outwardly project. But back at the ranch, that's their biggest daggone fear. They're like, oh, hell no, we can't let them get together. Finish that out.
And God hath chosen the weak things of the world.
It says God has chosen the weak things. The broken men that Bishop went over yesterday. The broken men, the broken men. God says, you men that they spend so much time destroying, that's who he's going to put every bit of the pieces back together and use them to confound this wicked world. Go ahead.
To confound the things which are mighty.
So these people in the noble positions, in the places of wisdom and esteem, God says they're mighty. And he's going to use the people that they destroyed, they left behind. Because, you know, as soon as they got that money, what they did? They moved to the nice areas. They said, I don't mess with them Negroes. They started rubbing elbows with Esau. And they forgot about their communities. They joined these various organizations, be a part of these clubs that forbid them to even give back to their communities. So now they're in positions of positions of might. God says, no. That position that you're in, I'm going to use the men who you forgot about, the men who you helped break, the men who you gave false hope to. I'm going to use them to confound every bit of might in this kingdom. So let's go to the next promo. Unless y'all had something else first. All right, go ahead. Play that.
Tell me I'm not a leader. Retribution, yeah, it's coming for Edom. Bible scriptures and we giving them ether. Moab ain't forgiving you neither. You want a God or you want a pleaser? Tell me, you want the creator or you want a creature? Man, it's a fixed fight. And best believe we ain't taking no losses. Northern Kingdom put it into their crosses. Top level, take me straight to your bosses. To the bottom, where they all try to toss us. Let them know that we still rise. Got a chariot up in the sky. This crown talk, sweet low, sweet bop. Man, we still hold. Let them know that we still going. Got these scriptures, we still coping. Eat them riding, they still rolling, but tell them we hold it.
My baby said y'all look like him.
So doesn't that go along with what also Dothan said? You have young boys, young men, like, man, they look, so you telling me we could be that great? That's what they're saying.
That's what it said.
Mama, they've been telling us at school we ain't ish. So you telling me we could be like these guys?
I said
You don't got to be like Spider-Man and Superman.
Right.
That's right.
Right here.
And even you seen the moment, the people were excited, like pumped, not on some fake stuff, but they seeing hope. They've never seen us in order.
They've never seen anybody give a damn about them. Yeah, that's what it is. They're forgot. They're left behind. They're left behind. They say, you know what? Nobody comes to our projects. We're just going to fade away into the abyss. We're going to give ourselves to drugs and alcohol and debauchery because no one gives a damn about us.
Hey, Cap, that's crazy when you think about it, how, like, it's so much darkness that you just get used to it. Yeah. And when you finally see that beacon of light come through, it's like, yo, what the hell is this? I want to know what's going on. Some brothers, they want to be a part of it. They don't even know what it is yet, but they see that beacon of light coming through. I remember it was a camp. It was a promo that was made, I think recently, maybe in Atlanta or something, but I seen where the little kid came in line, and when we was doing, you know, calling the commands or whatever, but just stuff like that, you see that, and it's like, yo, we really that beacon of light in our neighborhoods. They don't see no light. All they see is drugs, crime-infested neighborhoods, whoredom, this one sleeping with that one baby mama. You know, they don't see men of God, well, until they see us, of course, but they don't see these things until we come through shining.
Hey, you know what? Something that came to mind, going back to what Officer Dothan said, it said about him never forgetting the look and the responses from those young sisters. They won't ever forget it either. Yeah. Those young men that we just saw in that balcony, they won't forget it either. You know, the world is going to flood them with all kind of filth to try to undo what we've done. But you can't unsee the work of God.
That's right.
You can't unsee it. You can't go into your memory bank and try to erase it. Proof of that, we can't erase our traumas. we only could get to it and move past it and grow from it and learn from it. But you can't undo what you've already saw. You can't. I wish I could forget some of them gory ass scary movies I saw. But as soon as somebody say the name of the movie, I'm like, oh damn, I don't watch that one.
Right,
we know about those things. They're gory, they're gruesome, and the same thing with our traumas, but it's the same thing with seeing that beacon of light.
And you know what's crazy? That beacon of light is trauma to the enemy. That's why you, Mark Reiser, you know who you are, and that's why you at home sweating right now.
Oh, yeah.
Sweating.
He done sharded.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, total.
You know what that sharded?
Yeah.
He thought it was a fart, but
that one I
he
know.
shitted.
I know that.
You know that one?
Yeah, we know.
That one I know.
He's sweating right now. He's seeing all that. All praise to the Most High. So now, our healing is now their trauma.
Yeah.
Understand that.
Good point, Cap. I think we got one more, right?
It should be more than that.
It should be two more.
Yeah, you got to play the.
We got four more. Hey, listen, this is men's conference weekend, y'all. Yeah. We got four more men's conference promos.
Make sure you play them
in order.
The right order, bro.
Yo, why also Uzziah looked at you like, yo, I got this, bro.
Yeah. And
we trying to build confidence in the tech team. Don't give us that look like we wrong for not having confidence in you.
And look,
like, come on, bro.
Since you in the home of the guru, Officer Joseph, if you mess up, it's his fault.
The whole world been watching us, talking about how are these men calling themselves the sons of God. Where was the questions when they was putting us on slave ships? Where was the questions when they raped our daughters, our mothers, our sisters, our brothers? We can't live in certain neighborhoods. So we're giving y'all your separation as we create a new nation. Israel united in Christ.
Let's go. Stand behind us, protect you. Stand beside us, respect you. But if you stand in the way, then you gon' rue the day when we have to dissect you. Rain fire upon the tempter. Who's hot, take the temperature. The promise is back, yeah, and they black. Babylon, I feel pressure. When you hear that thunder, it's lightning, go check on the weatherman. I'm just saying, can't think of a better plan than obeying the land. Anything else is a scam. Need Bruce to get shining, it's wartime. It's a sea of that purple, no short line. Cause we breaking the mold and changing the game with zero emojis, flame.
Hey, stop right there. Play that one again. We're going to go through that thing slow. We got to analyze that one. Don't do that on sports shows. Go to play-by-play. Yeah. First, we got the mighty Deacon Asaph, Mr. Friday Night Raw himself, getting the men ready for the mission. Get a Lord a round of applause on that. Go ahead, let's play it.
The whole world been watching us, talking about how are these men.
Stop. Oh, well, not at his nostril. Okay, look. He stopped in the nose hole. He's like, yeah, right here, Cap, I'm on point. So, Deacon is 100% correct. Listen, we went through the community and it impacts the community. But the community is going to send the videos to their family members. Their family members are going to send it to their co-workers. Their co-workers are going to send it to the news and so on and so forth. It's going to be a rippling effect, and our people are going to make an impact. The entire world is watching. What is IUIC going to do next? Ain't nobody waiting to see what GMS going to do.
Right.
That's right.
Ain't nobody waiting for what UPK going to do. Even UPK and GMS ain't waiting for what they going to do. You can't even get damn 40 views on your video. Your congregation ain't waiting on what the hell you going to do.
They just sit out there. All they can do is just attack. You know, here's the deal. If you know anything about the mentality of a dog, dogs don't chase parked cars.
Right.
Straight up. So they see us on the move, so they chase and they hurling insults and all that. But what Deacon Malachi brought out on that reminded me of scripture. Can I get a scripture?
Oh yeah.
Let me get. I think it's Proverbs 15 and 24.
Because remember, we doing a play-by-play, so you got to stop it.
Yeah,
Bring a
you
scripture.
do.
Stop it. Do a.
Right, because this is the thing. We know the haters gonna be mad. We know it's gonna be
Right.
stupid videos. They Sabbath class
yeah.
with 7 views. They still ain't figured it out. That's not the way to galvanize and change the minds of the people.
And they're going to do a video on the brother's nostril.
Right. But here's the reason why we don't actively engage the foolishness. Watch this.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 25.
No, the 24.
Verse 24. The way of life is above to the wise.
Come on.
That he may depart from hell beneath.
That's why we can't entertain the foolishness. We're not going to go back and forth with that. We just going to say, they do this. You brothers want the corner, had a corner. We over in India. We're not playing the Negro games, man.
Right.
We taking the high road, man.
Cap, you stunning like that on him?
Hey,
Yeah,
look,
that's how you
man.
got to stunt
Yo, you
sometimes.
can have a corner, yo. We over here in India.
Right, that's what the play was. They thought we was gonna come out there. Like, not only did we show up and take over another spot downtown, simultaneously we was out in India spreading the gospel
and
over
Spain.
there.
And Spain.
And Spain. So we not gonna be down in hell. We're not gonna come off our high horse, quote unquote, and then get down there and play in the mud with you brothers, man. We want you to get your minds right.
Right,
Hey,
absolutely.
Cap, oh, sorry. Hey, Cap, that's the difference though between what we do here. Is the fact that, like we was mentioning earlier, we come to men's conference and it's not just a gathering where we get together, drink, and not talk about how to progress. Right. We go over things that is going to build you, what they call it, personal development, self-improvement. Right. These are things that make you look at different aspects of your life and say, damn, I didn't even think about that, or I see things that I can improve on. But you wouldn't have known had somebody revealed those things to you. We actually get built up as a man in many different facets of your life. Many different facets. Not just knowing the scriptures, but, hey, brother, you need to know how to obtain a skill. Learn
get a passport.
Get a passport. Build other brothers up.
How to make sure you got proper hygiene. Those basic things. We've been destroyed as a people, utterly destroyed. Basic stuff like that will build them men up.
Right, brothers, wash your ass. Go ahead. That's what he said in a nutshell, right?
Use a different one on your face, not the same.
Bruh.
Yo, Cap, just to tally on to IT.
Oh, we got two other brothers on the show right now. We got introduced real quick, Officer Solomon. We're gonna come back to you. Who we got?
Officer Mendel, IUIC DC.
Appreciate you showing up late.
The
cable.
Yeah. Officer Micah, IUIC.
Wait, go back to Officer Mendel. I think it might have missed him.
Okay, Officer Mendel, IUIC DC. So better late than never, Cap.
All praises.
So I'm in the house.
All praises. Who else we got?
Officer Micah, IUIC DC as well. Better late than never as well.
All praises. All praises.
Hey, I wanted to add real quick to what Officer Solomon is saying, because I remember when I first saw the truth, found out about the truth, like everybody, you watching different camps, trying to figure out where you want to go. So the one thing that attracted me here was the fact that, everybody want to hear the white man's the devil, because right? That's what everybody heard. So of course you watch the different camps and they all putting that out. But the one thing that attracted me to come here is that they talked about how to build you up. And how to improve yourself.
Right.
So, and that was the reason why I chose IUIC. And this is before IUIC is where it is. Like the DC school, we didn't even have a school.
Right.
We were meeting in a library. So it's not like what people see today that would attract you to come.
Right.
So it was basically, we saw, you could see the structure, the order, and the fact that the leadership was trying to build something.
All praises to the Most High. Also, Solomon?
No, that was the gist of it, but because I did say, not just learning the Bible, but I want to reword that, because seeing the Bible the way we see it, we actually realize that all of the stuff that we're learning about the self-development is in the scriptures. Right. And that's the crazy part, is seeing the leadership, the bishops, the deacons, the captains, seeing y'all bring things out of the scriptures and bringing them to life to us now. You know what I mean? Like, we can look at the Bible and say, dang, I didn't realize that. Okay, let me apply that to my life. And it just, you know, it ultimately creates a better man, better women for the nation in total.
Right, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, keep, play the promo.
Calling themselves the sons of God. Where was the questions when they was putting us on slave ships?
Right.
Where was the questions when they raped our daughters, our mothers,
Right.
our sisters, our brothers? We can't live in certain neighborhoods. So we're giving y'all your separation as we create a new nation.
IUIC.
Israel united in Christ.
Let's go. Stand behind us, protect you. Stand beside us.
Stop. Go back a little bit. See, right there. Play right there. Right there. See, we don't leave nobody behind. We don't leave anybody behind. We might have infirmities in this body, these feeble bodies, but guess what? You're able to still glorify that you are called to God's army.
That's right.
Yeah, we got feeble ass bodies right now. They poison us with this food, but these bodies that we gonna get, it's gonna have these heathens under our feet, man.
Hey, Cap, it's so much. Can we go back to that screenshot right there?
Go ahead.
It's so much in that right there.
Yeah,
Just
oh
that
yeah.
one shot.
Oh yeah. I don't want to give too much detail. That's why I kept it vague. Said
It's
feeble
just,
bodies.
I mean, you see the unity, right? You see the brotherhood. You see that it's many members. This brother's out there in a wheelchair.
Right.
He's inspiring a whole different set of people.
Right. Yeah.
They're looking at it from a different perspective. Like, wow, I can actually still get out there. Yeah.
Right.
It's just so much there.
But he also cutting those who are slothful and making
Yes.
excuses.
Yes.
You read
And
my
scratching
mind.
their
off.
ass.
Yes.
You read my mind.
You know
off.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I saw another brother in the men's conference. He had the motorized wheelchair. The one that go up and down.
It was a couple of
yeah.
disabled brothers out
Yeah.
there. And like you said, officer, it's an insult to those of us with a fully functional body BSing around.
Right.
So these brothers left it all on the table. What? No excuses. Then we came together and made sure these brothers was able to participate in the march. Like Cap said, no man left behind.
Right. Glory to the Most High God, man. Listen, like I said, listen, these bodies right here, they ain't worth. I'm gonna tell you, I don't care how many times you go to the gym, it ain't worth a damn. But we're gonna have the ability to take these nations down, man. That's one of the things, man. That we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to it. Play that promo. I know I am.
Respect you. But if you stand in the way, then you gon' rule the day when we have to dissect you. Rain fire upon the tempter. Who's hot, check the temperature. The prophecy back, yeah, and they black.
Right. Whoa, stop. Can't go past that, brother. Go back a second. Look at that. That ain't look. You know the front right here still continues. You just don't see it in the shadows. That. Listen.
Order. Damn.
Not only that, though, I'm gonna show you. Look, if y'all, here's the deal. That right there is the valley of the shadow of death. Just that corner, that intersection, is 6 or 7 different churches. Right there in that one area.
Yeah. I just
Straight
noticed
up.
that.
Yeah, no. When we made that left on the Carver, the church at the bottom left of the screen, it's 4 other churches next to that, separate churches. That intersection where there's Cherry Hill and Cherry Land, it's a church on both sides of the street there. So it's literally 7 churches within not even an eighth of a mile area, right there in front of the community.
Yes.
That the community is behind us, so they got to pass all that. So that's letting you know that's strategically placed to keep the minds of the people destroyed, man. Wow. Straight up.
Wow, that was heavy, Cap. That was heavy. Play that.
When you hear that thunder, it's lightning, go check on the weatherman. I'm just saying, can't think of a better plan than obeying the land. Anything else is a scam. Need Bruce will get shining this wartime. It's a sea of that purple, no short line. Cause we breaking the mold and changing the game with zero emojis. Flame.
Give the Lord a round of applause, man. We got another one? Yeah, let's go right into it. Shout out to IUIC DC's AC too. AC popping.
I thought it was
He
just
wasn't
me
here
over
3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, I was here a few weeks ago. It was hot as hell.
Oh, that's
what
why.
the hell?
That's why it's turned out like that in here.
Well, I was here a few weeks back, and we was in here sweating like I don't know what.
Slave ship to ice truck.
Damn, it's a conspiracy. Go ahead. Go back a second. Go back a second. Is that the one that said, take a picture of me? When we were walking by, I was assisting a window. Yeah, she was begging us to take a, I think that was her. But look at her face. Look at her face. Does she have a look of disdain or disgust? She looked like hope is on the way. Hope is on the way. Go ahead.
Out here supporting, trying to make a change. This is outstanding.
So stop. Listen to what the sister said. In that short interaction, the sister understood the mission that we're on. Just in that short moment, us passing through her community, she understood. Go back a second when the sister's talking. Young men, stop. Young men are saying, this is what I need. I need this. Go ahead, play it.
All these black men out here supporting, trying to make a change. This is outstanding.
Hey, pause that. But that go back to what Bishop Yahweh always talks about, the optics and imagery. Just like you said, Cap, just her seeing that for that time period, she understands. She's like, you know what? There's change on the way.
That's
understand.
right.
The change is finally coming. All praise be to the Most High, and it's through the word of the Most High.
That's right. Play it. You know what? Stop. You know what people might see us march, but sometimes who's off camera are all the flyer men who actually talking to people, breaking down scriptures, giving them the address to the school, things of that nature, answering questions. Yeah, you see the march, but there's a ton of brothers on the side going up all these side streets, stopping cars, talking to cars, things of that nature. It's an entire different operation going on. And they have the ability to interact. They might have saw us at the Barclays Center, might have saw us at Blitz in O Block, these various places that we go, Blitz in Bahamas, things of that nature, and they never had a chance to actually talk to us. Now we're walking through their neighborhoods. They're like, okay, this is my opportunity.
I think it was a security guard who caught the brothers, and he was watching us for a couple of years, and he finally seen us, and now we get a contact info when he's coming to the school.
All praises to the Lord. See, the Lord be sending the prophets to you. Go ahead, play.
That's right.
First step to a change is what they doing right here. They not talking, they physically showing up.
Stop. Deacon Malachiah's presentation was walk the talk. Go back a few seconds and play exactly what she said at the end.
First step to a change is what they doing right here. They not talking, they physically showing up.
Says they not only talking the talk, but they walking the walk. They physically showing up.
And Kat, the fact that those words came out of her mouth let you know that she's fed up, right? She's fed up with the leaders that we've had that have talked the talk but haven't showed up in times of need.
But when election time is coming, Oh, they show up for trying to get votes.
Tables everywhere. Come vote.
Right. Keep hope alive. Go ahead. Let's play the next one. It's not done yet? Oh, okay. My bad. That's right. So join us in this fight.
This K-Morris is overwhelming. So many young black men together. Woo, oh, I didn't know I was going to feel like that.
Have you ever seen something like this in Baltimore?
No, never. No. And especially coming through our community. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you.
Give glory to the Most High God.
The sister was in tears, man. Like, she was in tears. That's why when the real problems of the Lord show, but it's no question. Like, that sister was in her 90s, and she was moved to tears because she seen black men standing up in righteousness. Never seen that before. 90 years is a long time on this earth, man.
Right.
You know what's crazy? With all those, you said 6, 7 churches around that corner? So all those years, and she's never seen that until the prophet showed up.
Right.
That just shows y'all Christianity is not the way.
Right. Christianity is finished, bro. Yeah.
Finito.
Oh, speaking of which, didn't they have like some kind of conference?
Yep. Yeah, they had
who is that brother?
It was Hezekiah Walker.
Hezekiah Walker.
Yeah, so he's been around for me. Like, I always hated gospel. I hated that madness. So they was like, they got this guy. I thought it was Herschel Walker at first. Like,
he said Herschel Walker.
It's like, no.
We was coming through. They was in their zoot suits looking down on us.
Yeah.
Y'all
they was. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all something that happened. So. Me, Captain Amaziah, Captain Young, a few of us captains, we were in the elevator. So as the elevator's when we got on the elevator, there was a couple who was attending that gospel thing. They had their suits, he had on a suit, she had on almost like a ball gown type thing. So we get on the elevator. It's like 7 of us, kind of tight fit. As it goes down, the elevator doors open again, and a guy in a suit gets on. So they say, the couple said hello to him. Hey, deacon, whatever. He says, hey, going back. So Captain Amaziah says, hey, how you doing, brother? We meet again. So he looks at Captain Amaziah. He's like, oh, yeah, we meet again. Meaning Cap already dealt with him, right? So as we're talking, he mentions where his church, Captain Zakai was it. Shout out to Captain Zakai. He mentions his church. Now, we have blitzed his church. Ooh.
Uh-oh. The plot thickens.
So he says, because when the couple said, hey, deacon such and such, so, we're going to inquire, you a deacon of where? He says, this whatever the name of the church is, and they asked where it was. So Captain Zakai said, oh, I know that church very well. He says, we were actually in front of your church. He was like, I know.
The hell is this?
So when he said that, the couple that was already on the elevator with us says, oh, you're those guys.
Finish him.
That's why they was looking at us in that manner.
Yes.
Many of them had like very mean looks.
Yes.
Like they was actually warning about us.
So for some of you that don't think the church blitzes were effective, it was.
That's right.
Because we're in an entirely different city, and it's been noised abroad who we are. I almost forgot that. And it made my teeth white.
Right. You know what's crazy? It's always some low-life scum Negro out there talking about what's effective and what's not effective. This brother can't even manage a lemonade stand. Shut your mouth, man. Straight up.
But you know what? It actually showed us in a different light. Because that same deacon says, you know what? I want to sit down with y'all. Yep. And gave us his card. But my point is, some of you who are not moving in the spirit of the Lord don't understand spiritual things. You can't speak spiritual things with carnal men. Spiritual men understand spiritual things. They understand what the mission is. Listen, we got to go out here and reach our people by any means necessary.
That's right.
By any means necessary. How unconventional it may be, but it's not unconventional because it says so in Titus chapter 3. Actually, let's go there. Titus chapter, is it chapter 3 or chapter 2? whose mouths must be stopped. Where was that again?
That's Titus 1 and 11.
Titus 1, thank you. Oh, I'm in Colossians. I'm in the wrong book. Yes, Titus 1, verse 10.
Yes, sir. Titus 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers.
Go up to verse 9. Let's start there.
Yes, sir. Verse 9. Holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught.
Wait. So holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught, right? So nowhere in the scriptures was anyone taught about a Christmas tree and to keep Christmas. Nowhere in the scriptures did the apostles celebrate Jesus' birthday. Nowhere in the scriptures, anything that Christianity stands on, the foundation, you won't find it in the Bible. You won't find it there, right? Go ahead.
That he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort.
So the reason why Christianity is failing the way it is because the doctrine is not sound. It's not about God's commandments. It's not about his son, the black Messiah, Jesus the Christ. Go ahead.
Both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers.
Go ahead.
For there are many unruly and vain talkers.
So this is the point right here. Go ahead.
And deceivers.
So is the Christian church deceiving our people? Absolutely. Go ahead.
Especially they of the circumcision.
Go ahead.
Whose mouths must be stopped.
So what is our objective? To stop the deception. To stop the vain talkers. Go ahead.
That's right.
Who subvert whole houses. Teaching things which they ought not.
So we just mentioned some things in the Christian church. They're not supposed to be teaching that. Go ahead.
For filthy lucre's sake.
Because there's a monetary gain to come from it. Was that it?
Yes, sir.
So now, so listen, when I first got there, I could hear inside that convention center, I heard aha, aha, aha.
That's that swine bone he was trying to get out of his neck.
And it was at the time, it was just myself and another brother. He was kind of a little ahead of me, and we kind of just looked at each other like, we just, bruh, we got to walk past this to hear this right now. I didn't hear anything. You know, every time somebody open the door, it gets louder.
Right.
I'm like, he was literally clearing his chest like COVID was upon him.
The hell is this?
What in the hell? You telling me you sitting through this for 2-3 hours? You paid money to come for this? You got to be kidding me. And the only thing I heard was, at the times I passed by, they was singing like a concert. It was a concert. It was a concert. It was nothing edifying scripturally.
But go back to what you said, though. The failed state of Christianity.
Yes.
They just had a little ballroom. Right. And it's all women in there, beta males. You don't see no young, strong men in there.
Christian. And many of them,
there's plenty of that.
And many of them have admitted that the church is failing. He says we've done a disservice. We're not helping to build the men up scripturally, that to know how to deal with certain things. You've spent my entire life that I know about the church with your congregations having questions and no one to answer them.
Never no answers. And all you get is a 1,000-yard stare or some crazy. You know, they'll say just like these just abstract, foolish comments. It's like, what?
I never forget, man. When I first came in, I asked the pastor, the junior pastor at the time of the church that I was a part of, I said, "Did you know Jesus is black?" And he said, "Yeah, but the powers that be, Shukka-Nuka-Naya, Yo,
it's your season.
I was like, you know what? I said, you know what? Yeah, you just showed me where I need to be, and it ain't here. It ain't here. It ain't here.
That's right.
You got the next promo? Yes, sir. All right, come on.
Come on with the sound, y'all. Sound.
Yeah, he literally said he knows, but the powers that be, you know. He said, you know how it is, like along those lines. I'm like, nah. I said, so you got an entirely black congregation. You're a pastor over it, and you can't tell the congregation that Jesus is black? and you're teaching out of the Bible, I was like,
You a
okay.
liar.
Yeah. I said, you know what? All right, I'm out. Go ahead, bro.
We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough. And it is because of our effort toward getting straight to the root that people oftentimes think we're dealing in hate. Brothers and sisters, for generations we've been a people living under the weight of oppression. From the days of Marcus Garvey's call for unity, to Martin Luther King's dream of freedom and equality, to Fred Hampton's unyielding fight for justice. We've been relentlessly pushed down, but we have never been broken. In these trying times, God has sent us a torchbearer to guide our path. Today, I introduce to you a beacon of hope, Bishop Nathaniel. With unwavering faith in Christ, he is here to lead the nation of Israel back to our rightful place by teaching us the sacred laws that have been our birthright and our salvation.
Christ was the truest of all revolutionaries, and each one of us have to pattern ourselves in his image.
Under his guidance, we will walk a path illuminated by the word of God, not the false promises of man. In his hand, the legacy of our past fuels a righteous and spiritual future, a future where we stand tall as children of God, as true Israelites, as free and dignified people at last.
What is a revolutionary? Well, there's two words found in the word revolutionary. Revolve, as in change. We're changing the minds of our people. We're revolting against all the lies this system has taught against us. The Bible prophesies about 144,000 true revolutionaries. And finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word, his word, his word, his word.
What do you say after that? What do you say after that?
You can't. You just gotta watch it again.
They said they got their own marching band.
That's right.
Y'all crazy, man. You got the next one? You ain't, looking too sure over there, bro.
Come on, IT.
Hey, you know what's crazy? You ready?
We'll work with anybody and form coalition with anybody that has revolution on their mind. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary.
But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. We want freedom by any means necessary. We want justice by any means necessary. This is a revolution of God. This time that we're living in, the greatest time on earth, spiritual and physical revolution. All these lives will be shut down on earth. He's strong in the Lord.
You can tell by my gait that I'm all in. You can tell by my faith that I'm all in. Front line with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end going.
Go back a few seconds. There was a woman, and two little children there. I want you to look at the little girl in the white shirt to the right. Play it now.
With the truth, I'ma fall in.
Stop. Go back again. Look at the excitement. Play it right there. Yeah, play it slow-mo. Oh, if you gotta do nothing, no, don't do nothing. Just play. Okay. Oh yeah. Good job.
That was fast.
I was like, bro, just leave it alone, bro. Leave it alone.
You trying to trick your eyes, Cap.
He said double time.
Good. Look, y'all see that? How quick that was?
Jumping for joy.
But like Officer said earlier, Officer Dothon said, they're never gonna forget that. Never. Let's start from the top. All the way. Come on.
We will work with anybody and form coalition with anybody that has revolution on their mind. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary.
But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. We want freedom by any means necessary. We want justice by any means necessary. This is a revolution of God. This time that we're living in, the greatest power revolution, spiritual and physical revolution. All these lives will be shut down in earth. He's gonna be
You can tell by my gait that I'm all in. You can tell by my faith that I'm all in. Front line with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. I'm going to the end, going all in. Going all in. Going in, going all in. Going all in. I'm going in, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in.
I got two things to say, right? First off with the video team, right? Shout out to the video team. That's right. Shout out.
We appreciate
Shout out to the video
We
team.
appreciate you, bruh.
For real.
You know, you be having that. You be having that IT hatred. You know what I'm saying?
No, bro, no hatred.
Yeah, IT has hatred for the
No hatred.
Officer Joseph hatred, not IT.
Oh,
No
not,
hatred.
oh, okay.
Not IT hatred.
Yo, I told Officer Alicia, I said, yo, watch when you see the promo, B.
Hey, Officer Solomon, I'm sorry for all the cussing out, but
That's good.
I'll cuss you out the next event as well.
Right. Yeah, because, you know, as he was getting the shot, he always, medic.
Yeah.
We've got garments on, it's 100 degrees. But no, y'all did y'all thing, though. That was a phenomenal job.
He was like, Cap,
y'all put that
he's
together.
like, Cap, have mercy on me. Just wait for the end result.
Yeah, you just
And it was worth the wait, honestly. All praise to the
Yeah,
Most
all praise
High.
to the Most High.
And that go back to that foolish things of the world confounding wise, because you know visually through that TV, that's their primary weapon of destruction of the mind. So that out there in the earth is undoing all that.
Good point. Go ahead.
What we have to realize with the video team, that they play a critical role, right? Because the way that we have seen our forefathers move in the book of Acts and the epistles and things of that nature is through writings. But nowadays, we have visual scribes. So all of the acts are being recorded visually.
Right.
So it is very critical what these brothers are doing. See, everybody glorify those who are in front of the screen, which is good because they deserve that honor. Right. But it's so many moving parts that help support the gospel being moving forward. Like you had, like Luke was a scribe. that was with Paul. The reason why we was able to see what Paul did by the things that he wrote down. Nowadays, we have the video team, the IT team, who was able to record what was going on.
That's right.
During this time frame. So it is a very important role. Just because it's behind the scenes doesn't make it less of an honor. Like you say that we are many members. There are some who are more not feeble, but there are some who are basically behind
different administrations.
Right. They need more honor, and this is the time to kind of exhort those brothers who was doing the work like that. Man. That is very, very heavy.
And officer, to your point, I do want to give a big shout out to Captain Zeph, right? Captain
Big
OC.
shout out to Captain Zeph. Captain
Because they allow a lot of us to, get into our creative elements, you know what I'm saying, to bring forth a lot of these things. And, for them as leaders to be able to have that confidence in us at this point to be able to allow us, because even with the last shot, like we had talked about it, but at the time Captain OC had enough trust to be like, all right, yeah, let's do it, you know what I'm saying? And so to see it come together, like that's what we enjoy. We enjoy everybody out there, y'all focused on the march and doing we like, yo, we gotta get this shot, that shot, because we know when we put this piece together, that's what everybody want to see. When y'all get back, y'all come to the room, everybody want to see, yo, what the promo look like.
Hey, that's it. And you got to think about it. There's a brother on the run promo laying down in the bushes like a sniper with the one shot.
Oh yeah,
like,
they gonna climb a tree.
Yeah, they on top of buildings, all types of stuff, man.
Them Jews gonna run ahead 2 miles ahead to climb that tree to be waiting for you to come.
And you don't realize how heavy some of that equipment is.
Hell
These
yeah.
brothers is that was a 2.2 mile march, and Captain Shem had y'all. We were moving at a brisk pace, so seeing them brothers with 20, 30-pound camera stuff, getting up on buildings and all that, man, them brothers, that's the spirit of the Lord on the brothers, man.
Right. Absolutely. And you had another point too.
One more thing. Hey, tech team, I just sent you something, screenshot.
Oh hell.
You got it. It's real quick because what these videos are showing me is how we are breaking the system that Esau has set up against us. Right. Let's get that. And I want to start at you see the highlight? Start a line above. Let the reader see that. This is the Willie Lynch letter, right? This is the system that they put in place to hold us back. But let's see what Willie had to say.
Willie.
Let's see what Willie had to say about this. Read the line above where it say, and by creating a submissive, dependent mind. You see that?
No, sir. You can go ahead.
Right above the
right above phenomenon. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We have created an orbiting cycle that turns on its own axis forever, unless a phenomenon.
Unless a what?
A phenomenon.
So this right here, what we're seeing, is a phenomenon.
No, go back a second. Go up to, it says, and by creating.
Yes, sir. And by creating a submissive dependent mind.
Did you read that?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay. I thought I was tripping. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. And by creating a submissive dependent mind of the nigger male slave.
Mm-hmm.
We have created an orbiting cycle that turns on its own axis.
Meaning
forever.
that this is supposed to go on for generations and generations and generations. Right? It was supposed to destroy us every generation going down, meaning it was not supposed to stop. Read.
Unless a phenomenon.
Unless a phenomenon happens. What we're seeing right now is a phenomenon. Nobody expected, like we read before, nobody expected brothers in the that's from the hood that was slinging dope, that was doing all sorts of evil.
Brothers from single mother households.
Right. That is from these same brothers who were results of that cycle.
Right.
Is breaking that very cycle.
That's right.
Yeah, and that is a phenomenon. Officer Remy, I sent you a video. It's only a 50-second video on your Telegram. Nah, it's gonna go right. No, it's this. You gonna like this. It's gonna go
ain't
right
about if it's right or not.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
true.
worried about the tech team.
Yeah. Damn.
We might go offline now.
Let me get a script while they
say
while
y'all
they getting
put
that.
too much stress.
Let's go to Isaiah chapter 29.
Get that for Cap as well. All right, y'all.
Verse 14. Let's see what the Bible said about this. The Lord said the same thing. The Lord said, I have a phenomenon as well. Let's read that.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 14.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work.
You see that? A marvelous work. Like another word for that is what? A phenomenon. That's right. Read.
Among this people.
Uh-huh.
Even a marvelous work.
Read.
And a wonder.
Read on.
For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish.
Like you said before, the wise men, their way of trying to move up in society, the schools, the degrees, their philosophies, ideologies. He said those things shall be what? Read that again. For the wise, for the wisdom.
For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish.
Uh-huh.
And the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid.
Because it's not working. Right. It is of no profit. Now they seeing the real man of God doing, or they are performing a phenomenon right before their eyes. So, hey, we are part of something great, man.
And it go back to what you said, Cap. Once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. Once you get a taste of the real, you're not going back for the substitute. Right. So that march through that community, about 1,500 people in the project housing back there, that had a deep and everlasting impact on the minds of the people. And many seeds is planted. So, Lord's will the Lord get an increase.
And you know what? Some of the impact we won't see for years to come. Some of it we won't see. Because you know how we have young men and young women that come in that are still in their parents' houses. Their parents don't believe. But they're like, we get the emails. Like, I'm 14, I'm 15, I believe, I know I'm an Israelite, but my family, I don't have a car, I can't get there because of this. So a lot of the impact that you see today, you won't see for years to come. Until they're able to, move out and get on their own and then get a vehicle and come on their own, whatever, or somebody in the area that they meet up with, they come together, things of that nature. So a lot of the impact is to come. Let me tell you something. Some of those young men that we saw right there, those are some of the prophets that's going to come into this truth and cast down this kingdom after we're gone.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
And Esau is scared as shit.
Ain't he?
At that.
And that's the 7,000 in reserve. That's that
Yes,
7,000 in reserve. Because they see us, they know who we are. They see us out there. We all over the place. They know who we are. But the Lord got those brothers in the cut ready to do damage when they make a move on us, thinking they're going to shut this thing down like they did the other movements. No, sir.
Yes, sir. Can I get one quick script?
I think Austin Mandel's going to say something.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to get a scripture based on what we saw with the sister, the older lady that was just so excited to see brothers coming through and actually putting boots to the ground and make a change in the community. One of the scriptures that I wanted to go to is 1 Maccabees 3. I want to get 42 and 43. Let's get that real quick.
1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 42. Now when Judas and his brethren saw the miseries were multiplied, and that the forces did encamp themselves in their borders.
So, when we're in the projects, they got us in those projects. We understand that we're purposely put there. They give us poor food. They give us poor education. They put drugs into the community. The water's poisoned, all of that. And that's all done by design by our enemies. Keep reading.
Right. For they knew how the king had given commandment to destroy the people.
Because the end result is they want to destroy us as a people.
Right.
And they've destroyed us as a people. When we look at our communities, when we look at the imagery that's portrayed, when you got, what's that, Glorilla, what's the latest?
Horilla.
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red.
Horilla.
Yeah, but this is the representation that they want us to follow. Keep reading.
And utterly abolished them.
That's what's happening. Go ahead.
They said one to another, let us restore the decayed estate of our people.
And that's what brothers is doing right now. They see the destruction in our communities. We know we can't depend on the politicians that come around every 4 years. What have they done? They haven't done anything. So we got to get boots on the ground, actually go out there, engage the people, talk to the people, give them the scriptures, show them righteous examples of what we're supposed to be. Keep reading.
And let us fight for our people and the sanctuary.
So what is the sanctuary today? It's the different schools that we setting up all around the world. How are we fighting for them? We going through the dangers. Brothers are making sacrifices, traveling, carpooling, doing whatever they got to do to get boots on the ground so that we can go have an impact on the people.
100%. Also, Michael.
Yes, sir. Can I get a 2 Maccabees 2:24? I wanted to go back on the point that where you said, Cap, about how brothers, little men, young men, years to come, will come back and look at this moment, and they'll be the new men standing up in the truth, fighting this battle. And also what Officer Solomon said about the importance of the video team, the modern day scribes.
2 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 24. For considering the infinite number and the difficulty which they find that desire to look into the narrations of the story.
Because the infinite number of difficulties, we have hundreds of men out there. The cameramen have to capture every shot, every emotion. The important quotes from the bishops. They have to climb on trees, use drones, crawl like Metal Gear Solid on the ground, ride in the back of trucks. Keep reading.
For the variety of the matter.
Because there's so many shots and so much information we need to get. Keep reading.
Yes, sir. For the variety of the matter.
Yeah.
We have been careful.
They have been careful. They have to sift through all that footage, hours of footage.
That they that will read.
That those who watch us on YouTube, who watch us on Instagram.
May have delight.
May be able to learn the scriptures. May be able to say, hey, I'm an Israelite. I'm not a nigga. I'm not an African American. I could be a king. I could be a hero.
Right.
And that they that are desirous to commit to memory.
And those that want to learn more.
Might have ease.
Might have ease. They have an outlet somewhere to learn who they truly are because of the men in the video team. That's a heavy, heavy office.
That's right.
Keep reading.
And that all into whose hands it comes might have profit.
The profit is them repenting. Keep reading.
Therefore to us.
The scribes, the visual scribes, you video team members.
That have taken upon us this painful labor of abridging.
The hours and hours of editing and scrubbing and getting cursed out and taking this out and end that back in.
It was not easy.
It was not easy at all.
But a matter of sweat and watching.
A matter of sweat and watching, pain and labor.
Even as it is no ease unto him that prepareth a banquet.
So when you're preparing a banquet, you got to prepare to serve hundreds, thousands of people. You working round the clock 24/7, but what?
And seeketh the benefit of others.
For the benefit of others, the benefit of the nation of Israel. Keep reading.
Yet for the pleasuring of many.
But for the pleasuring of many, the repentance of many that is going to happen.
We will undertake gladly this great pain.
They will gladly undertake those pains. Damn.
So you said climbing a tree is a small thing in order to get the right shot. Damn.
That thing right there. That need to be that need to be the video team quote or mission statement.
We got to take that right there.
Right.
So Mike,
yeah, that right there. He broke it down.
Right. All praises.
Dripping,
hey, so
butter.
You got another one?
Oh nah, yeah. So yeah. I know we kind of circling back. You know how the shows go, but put what Alicia thought, because that what he brought about that infinite access. I'm gonna show you something. Like we'll read that, and this is Willie Lynch back in the, what was that, 1700s. So just pull that back up real quick, the quote, and then play the video to show you how deep this man's thinking is. But even with that, how fast the Lord is undoing this, what he called his infinite access, or what he labeled the undoing the phenomenon. Pull that back up real quick. Yep, let's read that real quick.
You want to read the same way?
Yep, same thing.
Yes, sir. And by creating a submissive, dependent mind of the nigger male slave, we have created an orbiting cycle that turns on its own axis forever.
Stop now. Cue that video. Watch the wickedness of this man. And when the scripture said his heart is deep, just watch this. This is one of my favorite videos to illustrate what they thought they could do to us and creating a perpetual destruction. Yeah, go watch this. No, we got to go back. You ain't got the sound on because he talking from the jump. Yeah, let's just go back. It's a little short video.
Requires a glass jar. Training fleas requires a glass jar with a lid. The fleas are placed inside the jar.
The flea is
and
the
the
Negro.
lid is then sealed. They are left undisturbed for 3 days.
Or three generations.
When the jar is opened, the fleas will not jump out. In fact, the fleas will never jump higher than the level set by the lid. Their behavior is now set for the rest of their lives. And when these fleas reproduce, their offspring will automatically follow their example.
So they removed the jar. That goes back to the yokes of iron when you read Deuteronomy 24. The yokes of iron removed, that pattern was established forever. This man did an experiment with fleas, showing you that the flea represents the Negro. But the undoing is that phenomenon that Officer Elisha pulled out in Isaiah 29 and 14. But that's where this man thought he was, that he was going to create that generational thing, and the Spirit of the Lord moved upon us, breathed the breath of life into us, and here we stand breaking that cycle.
Can we go to Nahum chapter 3, verse 1? Nahum chapter 3.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. The noise of a whip.
So, I like to use this for the face value. It's one of those things that it's reminiscent of our own captivity. This is a bloody city. It's full of lies. The prey does not leave from this bloody city, right? But it tells you why a prey would not leave. Read the top of verse 2 again.
Verse 2. The noise of a whip. And the noise
At one time, it was the actual whip. Now, it's just the thought of being whipped. Keeps us in perfect order, just like the fleas. The fleas were held in captivity by a lid. The lid or the yoke is removed, but the fleas don't go beyond that lid. Or out of the jar. It does the same thing. They take the yokes of iron out off, and there's only but certain parameters will go. Like, for instance, our people will obtain money, they'll obtain status, but they're not obtaining it by saying the white man's the devil. They're not obtaining that. So they'll get there by being in full agreement with Esau, by being in full agreement with destroying their people to get where they are, by being crabs in a barrel, so on and so forth. They'll get there by that. Now, if they say it later on, but to get that, no, you have to work within the parameters of that jar. You have to work within the parameters of the yoke that was put on your neck, to the point where it's just the sound or the noise of a whip. That's where the apologies come in on Twitter. You tweeted something that's true. You tweet truth. But the noise of the whip got you like, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're Jamie Foxx. I want to donate to the Jewish Defense League and to the Jewish museums. I want to visit the Holocaust Museum, the museum. You telling me you've obtained a status where you can't even say to hell with y'all? The noise of the whip is the rippling effect of the actual whip. It's almost like a sonic boom? Yeah, sonic boom. It's like a sonic boom. It's like lightning. You see the lightning, but it ain't the lightning that you see that make you be like, oh, it's when that thunder hit.
Right. But this how
when that thunder crack.
Hey, it's crazy, Cap. We were just talking. That's how you know it's one spirit when we read Ephesians 4. Myself and Officer Dothan were literally talking about this same thing the other day. Bring out that point what you brought out about that whip, though.
So, if you ever been hit with a belt, which most of us have, but it hurts the most when you're at the very end, when that tip catches you, right? So, an effective whipper or cracker, as they call them, they catch you right at the end of that. So, in order for it not to hurt as much, you get closer and closer and closer. And that's what our people have done. We get closer to the slave master so the bruises don't hurt as much.
Drop 2 bombs on that.
I got 2 bombs. But it's heavy. When you think about it, that's exactly what we do. That's what you see with your celebrities. When they do try to stand up for their people, they crack them with the end of the whip. So what do they come back and do? They apologize. They draw back closer. Now I'm gonna sit down with the rabbi, and you see what I'm saying?
2 more bombs.
Oh, praise.
1 more. Tech team on it today, ain't they? That was fire, officer. That was fire.
Yeah, that was a
fire.
heavy point that you
was
get closer to
heavy.
avoid the pain. That's that.
Damn.
Because all of us was getting our ass whooped. You know that was an effective strategy, especially when Mon Dukes got to swinging. But you get right up on the Pops wasn't going for it.
That's fire. That was fire. That was fire. Hey, so we saw the fire videos, well, promos, and it reminds us of what brotherhood is, right? So there's a video I mentioned to you, Officer Uzziah, that I kind of want to lead with, coming off of the men's conference. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
You're Jake Paul. I'm Logan Paul.
Go back again. Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning again.
You're Jake Paul. I'm Logan Paul. We are different people. We have different interests. We have different friends. It can end with, and we are brothers.
But where does that rank? Because sometimes you let it rank down here, and sometimes you want it to be number one when it's convenient for you.
Well, I'm by your side. If I have to sit in jail, I'll sit in jail. They're gonna shoot you, I'll stand in the way. We go down together. Fuck 'em.
Listen, this video, it struck something in my spirit. Because, do you have the actual thumbnail of the video? It has a, see if you could pull it up and put it on the screen. Because there's a title on the video itself. And then I want us to play it again. Because I think it gels perfectly with men's conference. It does. 1 second. Okay. It gels perfectly. It's showing you there are 2 type of brothers out there. All right? There are 2 type of brothers. There are brothers who are brothers for their own occasion. And then there's a brother that says, listen, if they get you, they're going to have to take me, but we're going to both work to take them. F it. We go down together. There's 2 types of brothers. You got a script? There's 2. So let's get it. There's 2 types of brothers. So the question, and you know what, to be honest, I was going to hold on to this for a class. I was. I put it in my little stash like, listen, I need to do a class on what type of brother are you? That's what I was going to title it. What type of brother are you? But then, after that amazing men's conference, I said, nah.
The Lord said, give me that.
The Lord said, take that. Because we have to be in that mindset. We at men's conference now. We had men's conference with a room and a sea filled of brothers, or what we say is brothers. But the question at hand is, what type of brother are you? So go ahead, get your script, Cat, officer.
Yes, sir. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12, because Christ spoke about the same type of relationship, like the difference between 2 different sets of people, right?
Gave me the broke chair.
Matthew chapter 12, and let's start at verse 46.
Matthew chapter 12, verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him.
So now here are the biological relations of Christ, right? So they was desiring to speak to him, right? So that's the one that was Jake, Paul, and Logan Paul, right? They are brothers by nature, right? Because they shared the same womb, right? But jump down to verse 49.
Verse 49. And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brother.
So Christ said that these, my disciples, those who are in the same fight that I am, those are my true brothers. Those are my true mothers. We don't.
For whosoever shall do the will of my Father.
Just like the Tate brothers did. Listen, the will of my Father is, like, whatever we got to do to get this gospel going, whether good or bad, whether we got to get jailed, whether we got to go through afflictions, we going to ride or die. We don't.
Which is in heaven. Right. The same is my brother and sister and mother.
So what Christ was saying, these are my true brothers and sisters right here. Those who fulfill the will of God, despite of afflictions, right? Because we have certain brothers who are just brothers by nature, by birth, because we have to be brothers. We share the same womb. But there's a different type of brother and sister and mother that we share the same desire with to get the kingdom of heaven. Y'all see that? So Christ had the same breakdown.
Hey, before you play it again, I got a couple. Sirach chapter 6 and verse 8.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
So that's what Jake Paul and Logan Paul were discussing. He says, listen, we're brothers, but we're two different people. He said, sometimes you want the brotherhood to be up here, but what usually it's down here. It's basically at your own, when it's convenient for you. So that's the question during this men's conference. How many of you are brothers only when it's convenient for you? You have to make that determination. What type of brother are you? Because only one of them is going to get the kingdom. Only one type is going to get the kingdom. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at the table.
So it says again, some friend is a companion at the table. That's when your brotherhood or your friendship is up here, because you have something to gain from that bond, from that connection, from that affinity or that joining of brothers. Go ahead.
And will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
It says, but when you going through it, when persecution comes to the church, oh, you gone. You are out of here. Like, I ain't signing up for this Israelite shit. Who? Ben who? Ben who? I don't know that. I don't know that boy.
I've been at the house.
I don't know that boy at all. Go ahead.
But in thy prosperity.
But when things are good, men's conference, you looking at the promos, you're looking at the way bishops and deacons was bringing out those presentations and classes. You on high. You on cloud 9. But when that persecution comes, which it will, what type of brother are you going to be? So let's play that video one more time. Oh yeah, show the thumbnail. Right. You see that thing? Fake brothers versus real brothers. Drop a bomb, brother. Come on. Stay with me. Fake brothers versus real brothers. Go ahead, play that again.
You're Jake Paul. I'm Logan Paul. We are different people. We have different interests. We have different friends. It can end with, and we are brothers.
So where does that rank? Because sometimes you let it rank down here, and sometimes you want it to be number one when it's convenient for you.
Well, I'm by your side. If I have to sit in jail, I'll sit in jail. They're gonna shoot you, I'll stand in the way. We go down together. Fuck 'em.
So he said, if they shoot you, I'll get in the way. If they lock you up, we go down together. Basically, us against the world. F them. Hey, to be honest, that's the only brother all of us should aspire to be.
Right.
The fake brother ain't even an option. It shouldn't even be an option in our minds. Listen, if they take you, either you take me too, or I'll take your spot in order to get taken down eventually anyway.
That's right.
Because we got to keep the mission going.
Right.
But Bishop was going over it. The brother shouldn't be without. He shouldn't. His family shouldn't be in destitute if he's taken. For this gospel's sake? Hell nah. They're gonna be taken care of. In that meantime, guess what? That brother is going to take his place and still cast down this kingdom the same exact way. And they're going to take him and they're going to share a cell together.
That's right.
He said, listen, we're going to stand back to back and fight this damn world. F them.
Right, and that's the spirit of Christ, because Bishop was talking about that, how Christ was a true revolutionary, that we must pattern ourselves after Christ. Christ laid in his life for the brethren. Understand that. So seeing that, and it's crazy that sometimes we got to use worldly examples. But, you know, the Lord put these things up for the edification of the saints, man. So all praise, man. That was a good video. Okay?
Proverbs 17:17.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times.
So a brother loves at all times, meaning despite disagreements, despite not seeing eye to eye on everything, nothing breaks the bond of brotherhood.
That's right.
I remember one time Deacon Malachi said something some time back. He said the only thing that we can't fix is if one of us kills each other. Because there's no coming back. You're gone. But he said every single thing else, we can fix it. That's how we got to roll. You're not always going to agree. You might not always even see things in the same perspective. But at the end of the day, your brotherhood is supposed to mean the world to you.
That's right.
And I don't mean the friend shit, meaning you're not going to correct them or be a respective person in judgment when it comes to them or show partiality. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about brotherhood. That brother is going to say, yo, bro, you wrong for that. You wrong for that. You shouldn't have did that. You should go apologize to that brother. You shouldn't have treated him that way, or whatever the case may be. A brother is going to do that. The fake brother is gonna let you step in some ish and stand back and see how. It says stand on the other side and see what comes of you.
The hell is this?
And see what comes of you. A lot of times we might not see correction from a brother as a form of love, because it tells you that correction isn't calmly. It don't feel good. Because in our Negro black ashy minds, we want the affinity or the friendship to usurp itself over God. And a real brother would never usurp anything over God. So the way I show my brotherhood, yeah, we're going to stand back to back. But if at any point in time you go off, I'm going to be the first one to correct you. I'm going to be the first one to correct you. This is what we all have to realize that. Because a brother gives more than a damn about your soul. A brother ain't going to let you give yourself over to Satan. A brother ain't going to rejoice in your fall.
That's right.
A brother is going to correct you in that, and is going to be there for you to be built back up. Always remember that. Finish Proverbs 17:17.
Yes, sir. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
It says a brother is born to be back to back with you to fight against the world. That's the type of brother that I want with me.
That's right.
That's the type of brother I want to be. I don't want no damn fake ass brother to watch me stumbling and falling and stand back and be like, look at that nigga falling right there. Damn. And be happy about it, rejoicing about it. A brother falls, you're supposed to feel it like he feel it.
That's right.
You ain't supposed to be no fake brother. So I hope everybody at men's conference understands the importance of that. Give me that in 1 Peter 2:17 or 3:17, one of the two. It says love the brotherhood. 2:17.
Yes, sir. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 17. Honor all men.
Love. Bishop was going over that. It might have been offline, because that's what we were going over offline, but we were getting ourselves in order. We are a people, like we walk through the projects. Some of us are from those same projects. We were talking to single mothers. Some of us are from single mother households. We were talking to broken men. Some of us were and still are those broken men.
That's right.
So honoring one another is foreign to us. So we have to always keep the order so that we honor one another. We prefer one another. Read it from the top again.
Honor all men. Love the brotherhood. Fear God.
What does God say about the brotherhood?
Love the brotherhood.
Listen, you have brothers who didn't attend men's conference because they don't know how to love the brotherhood. And they had the money to be there.
Right. And we was out there we got a chance to hang out. We was talking earlier about at the black-owned establishment last night. You know, the brothers from the UK came over. Like, they flew all the way across the pond to come over there and get built up. You got brothers that's in driving distance didn't show up. So, yeah, you got to check your spirit, fellas. These brothers, and you know, them tickets in the summertime to America are really expensive. So, you know, shout out to the brothers from the UK that came to get built up.
That's
man.
UK,
and
Bahamas.
brothers that could walk here. Yeah, Bahamas.
Yeah.
You know, brothers in walking distance ain't show up. Come on, man.
He said walking distance. Damn. You got the devil on you.
Hey.
But, oh, go ahead, Austin.
Now, I was just going to say to your point, Cap, about the brotherhood. A lot of times, like, if we have established that we here to keep the commandments of God and get the kingdom of heaven, there is nothing that should separate us as brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's right.
It's in our nature, to those that are closest to us, we tend to, a lot of times, we don't want to hear it from them. Right? So the brother might be telling you something about yourself, and you take it as he's hating on me, or like you mentioned earlier about he trying to, I forgot what's the word you used, but basically, you know, you would take it as the brother hating on you rather than just taking it as that love or correction. And I was thinking when y'all was talking about, when you showed the clip regarding the closeness of them, it made me think about with Elijah and Elisha. When every time, you know, Elijah was telling Elisha to you know, stay back, he's like, nah, I'm rolling with you. I'm rolling with you. So I just want to, I was thinking about that in 2 Kings.
That's a hell of a point. Also, yeah, bring it out, bro. Go ahead, bring it out.
Oh, you can read it. Go ahead. 2 Kings chapter 2. You can start at verse 1.
2 Kings chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass, when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind,
come on,
that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Bethel.
So Elijah telling Elisha, listen, fall back. You know, I gotta go handle this. But what happened? Read on.
And Elisha said unto him, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee.
You see that? Right there with him. Listen, something happened to you, it happened to me.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? That's the type of spirit. But guess what? They both was on one accord, and they knew what the mission was.
Right.
They understood it. They know, listen, he got the same intentions as me. We both trying to get the kingdom, so guess what? I'm going with you, bruh. Whatever happened, it happened. But nothing is going to separate us, you know what I'm saying, especially not on our watch or on our will. It's gonna happen because it was forced or whatever the case may be. But listen, they taking me too, goddamn.
4. Fire precept, fire. So there was, yes, sir.
Number 7 that men do to ruin their lives is that they don't keep a brotherhood of like-minded men around them. They don't have a band of brothers. They are not part of a tribe. The thing that men do that really ruins their life is that they live like an island. You act like a lone wolf. You are not meant to be a lone wolf. You are not meant to be an island. You are meant to find like-minded dudes who share your core values. Because if you're like, dude, these are my core values, these are my non-negotiables, this is how I roll in life, I'm an extreme, unreasonable, impatient motherfucker that wants to make a lot of money, be fit and jacked, be self-actualized and self-disciplined, and do a lot of good for humanity. And I find other dudes like that to connect with. That's my tribe. That's my band of brothers. That is the brotherhood that I belong to.
Listen, so our core value is to be keeping the commandments of God with faith in Christ.
That's right.
We're all supposed to be unified under that banner. That's what unifies us. That's what brings about the band of brotherhood. That's how we all have, that's the common bond, that's the commonality. Most of us would have never met a day in our life, would have never crossed paths. We come from different demographics, different geographical locations. We come from all walks of life. We would have never, ever, ever crossed. We might have been passed in an airport or at a gas station or something, but would we ever speak? Would there ever be any brotherhood? Would I be able to say, hey, listen, hey, I'm going to be in town this weekend for job training. Hey, bro, you got any brothers I can stay with? I'm gonna be in town for 2 days. Oh yeah, come stay at my house. Would I have that capability before? Would you have invited me as a stranger you saw at the gas station? Hell no. But the Lord is showing us a part of that purpose that we were talking about earlier. Men's conference actually showed many of us what the calling is. Bishop went over a class showing us what the mission is. And guess what happens? At men's conference, you're meeting brothers from all over the world. And you're able to sit down and talk to them, figure out different qualities and traits that can actually help better you. You're able to sit down with leadership. You're able to sit down with these senior officers, with these deacons, with these captains, and go over and hear wisdom. You even gotta speak, really. I know, especially last night hanging out, night before that, brothers got some wisdom from the deacons, like, yo, they was just like, yo, I didn't know that. And it's just by being in the room, being that fly on the wall. You ain't got to say a damn thing. Trust me.
That's right.
As long as you listen and apply, you're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot.
Can I grab one real quick?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Ecclesiastes, let me get 4:9. Because this is that's the spirit. But this was what the men's conference, was really about for me.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor.
So it says 2 are better than 1. So we know the scriptures tell us to gather ourselves together, which is exactly what we did, right? And that's in a multitude. But to your point, you're bringing out just finding that tribe, finding those core group of brothers who you know are going to hold you accountable.
That's
and
right.
not have that friendship, but actually push you to be a better version of yourself, right? Ultimately helping you, pushing you to get that kingdom. Brothers were running to the buses and tired, but there were men behind them that were helping them with their double time. Let's get up this hill. That's that 2 being better than 1. Go ahead.
Verse 10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
Because we're going to fall. That's what Deacon Malachi's class was going into. We're going to fall. Make sure you get back up. Don't let that be the last memory of you. What is your legacy going to be, right? You're going to fall, read.
But woe to him that is alone.
That's what he just said, that lone wolf mentality. It says, woe to him. Destruction to the man that's out there trying to do it by himself. Right. You weren't made to do it by yourself, read.
When he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up.
You don't have nobody to help him up, read.
Again, if 2 lie together, then they have heat.
They have heat because sometimes it gets cold out there. Meaning some of the things that you go through, it's rough when you're going through it by yourself.
That's
but
right.
When you got a brother that you can talk to, a brother that's going to encourage you, pull you through, hey, I know what that looks like. I seen somebody else go through it. You have that example in front of you. It encourages you to get back up. Go ahead.
But how can one be warm alone?
You can't do it by yourself. Read.
And if one prevail against him, 2 shall withstand him.
So you good with 2. It says 2 or more is good, right? But what happens when you add another one?
And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
It's that strength in numbers, so you got to find that tribe that's good for you. One quick analogy. You know, the old cars used to have 2 mirrors. On some young folks out there, they don't know. So a rear view mirror, you had the one on the driver's side. It wasn't one on the right side. At some point, they figured out, you know what, we can operate this car safer with another mirror. That's who Micah is to me. That's who Captain Matt is to me. I'm driving the vehicle. I'm concentrating on what's in front of me. He's my mirror on the left. I might not see it. If I glance in the mirror, he'll tell me, hey, it's something over there you get ready to run into. Same thing with him. I'm backing up. Hey, watch out, there's a pole behind you.
DC got the analogies, bro. What y'all be doing up here,
They got
bro?
the breakdowns in DC, man. They got the coffee, the breakfast, and the breakdowns.
Damn.
Oh, praise.
You're going to learn today.
You up here, let me learn you something, young brother. Let me learn you.
If you don't know about an 8-track in a Studebaker, you know,
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't know where he was going with that one. They bought it home.
That was fine. That man was like, please don't embarrass me. Please don't embarrass me. Please don't embarrass me. All praise. Now, that was fire. That was fire. Real quick, one more real quick. Because in the video, he made a statement. If you haven't found that bond of brothers, you're like an island by yourself. Let's go to Jude, verse 19. Jude, verse 19.
Jude, verse 19. These be they who separate themselves.
So now, Captain Matt made a statement. He said there are some who had the finances to make it, within driving distance, had the time off, and chose not to come. Keep reading.
Sensual. Having not the Spirit.
Are they in the Spirit? Don't be mad at the messengers.
The hell is this?
We still trying to figure the breakdown about the mirrors in the car.
Right.
we still chewing that cud. Okay, don't be mad at us.
That's right.
The point is, the video said something very telling. He said, listen, he said, because he goes over 7 principles of men having success. One of the principles to have success is a good band or bond of brothers with a common goal and interest. Can you pull up the definition of brotherhood? Put that up on the screen. Let's see what it says.
Hey, Captain, even the brothers who couldn't afford it, that bond of brothers is supposed to help for.
Yes. That's a good point.
That's
brothers
right.
gotta you gotta open your, hey, bro, I can't afford it.
I got the time off.
Yeah.
My job approved me to get all the days off. I could go from Wednesday. I don't have much. Listen, a brother, remember, Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate said, listen, if they come to shoot you, I'm going to stand in front of them. I'm going to stand in front of the bullet. If they come to take you to jail, we going to jail together. You and me against the world. F them. That brother says, hey, I don't have the money. You telling me a congregation got 200 men?
Can't raise the funds for
And
leaders to go?
let's say 100 men. Yeah. $2 each?
Come on now, dog.
He didn't really want to go.
Come on, man.
Is the $2 each a burden on any one man?
Absolutely not.
So you got 100 men. Hey, bro, everybody put in $2. We need to get this Brothers Men Conference. Or whatever the price is. $1. 50 cents each. It doesn't, it's obtainable. We're not talking about $50,000 to go to men's conference.
Right.
No. Our brothers can put cents together to help that brother go to men's conference.
Right. And even if a lot of brothers actually came in on Saturday, and because understand, everybody knows it's inflation going on, the job market is getting tough, so it's not like leadership is unforgiving, and understand they not raking us over the coal for the price. That's a very, very expensive operation to put on. Understand that. And it was brothers that made the sacrifice that came on Saturday, did a turn and burn, but gained the wisdom out there. You understand? It's really hard now in these past couple years on people.
They sleeping at a rest stop right now in their car.
Hey, Cap, but I think that's the brothers miss the importance of what comes out during these events. That's why you hate missing them, because it's like, I know there's gonna be moments that I if you're not there, you just gonna miss them. Like if you wasn't here, you're not gonna realize how impactful this men's conference was compared to the previous ones. How we've elevated in this moment compared to the previous years. You have to be here. Like you say, you speak to brothers, you learn about different things going on, learn about different situations, overcoming different things, gaining knowledge and perspective about yourself. You ain't gonna learn that just, at home. You know what I'm saying? Even just logging into Sabbath class, there's things outside of that you miss.
Hey, I want to shout out to Deacon Abiel. Yeah, there was no applause. Hey, D, that wasn't me. That on me. Jono say. That was DC. Don't blame me, my friend. Don't blame me, my friend. I didn't do nothing.
No, that was Officer Yosa.
That was DC. That on me. That was DC. That know me. Shout out to Deacon Abiel, who has found too much joy in standing in front of me for pictures. Thank you, sir. I'm in no pictures of men's conference, but like Officer Solomon was saying, Captain Zakar and I were joking around about it. Just being here. Jokingly, I'm talking joking. I don't care about the pictures. We was all joking around about it. But how can we have the war stories? Right. Sit down and talk about, yo, we did, remember this? Oh, they didn't put this part in the video. Oh, that was crazy. Remember this? To have that experience collectively with the brotherhood. And every time those conversations come up about various events, you the brother sitting there that ain't going to them.
The hell is this?
Your spirit can't feel good after that. That everything we're talking about, the various events, you don't have a clue. Can you read the scripture again, please? Because we know Esau's the devil. Even the devil knows. Even the devil knows that brotherhood is one of the best things to have for your spirit.
That's right.
These men conferences, Passover. Come on, Passover. We don't even sleep at Passover. Tabernacles. We don't sleep. Folks grilling at 3 in the morning. We didn't man, listen. Going over scripts. Brothers getting to know one another.
That's
Come on. Man, read that again. Verse 19.
Jude verse 19. These be they who separate themselves, sensual, having not the Spirit, but ye, beloved, building up yourselves on your most holy faith.
So what is the objective? So there's two types right now we're reading. We're reading about one who separates himself. You don't have the Spirit. But then the other is encouraged to do what?
Building up yourselves on your most holy faith.
It says build up yourself on your most holy faith. Go ahead.
Praying in the Holy Ghost. Keep yourselves in the love of God.
It says, so being sensual and separate yourself, you're not in the Spirit. But the encouragement is keep yourselves in the love of God. Go ahead.
Looking for the mercy of our Lord Jesus Christ.
It says you got it because you got to look for mercy. You're going to learn sitting amongst the deacons. Now, let's say you're Officer 10 and you allowed into the arena with the bishops and the deacons where they're there building. I know some of y'all brothers don't understand that. Y'all been in these rooms, bruh, just quiet, listening. Because what you're learning is how to lead congregations.
That's
How to fight off the wiles of Satan, how to better your marriage. When these men get together, in the hours that they're outside of the class, the hours we're together, it's building the brotherhood, them getting to know you, you getting to know them, because the classes is one side, but being in their presence behind the scenes is something totally different. Them asking you, hey, man, I heard you was in the hospital. Right. And you're like, shit, how you know? Damn. My leadership give a damn. Them finding out how things are with you. What do you need? How can we help? Do you need us to send brothers to your school to help you out? These are things you learn that you may have never known because that side is not in class. I'm kind of letting some things out right now, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and really how to handle adversity, because this we kind of overlook, because nobody likes to acknowledge pain and things like that. We always like to focus on the good times, but realistically, when you read, can you give me Proverbs 15 and 15? And this is, our leadership, when you get together with them, they're you see what the bishop putting out on the forefront, but like Cap has alluded to, even behind the scenes, they really want us to prepare our minds for handling adversity. And we don't like to think about it, but we have to handle it, because getting this kingdom isn't going to be easy.
Somebody said they told somebody, hey, if you look down, you can see my boots in the picture.
Okay. That's funny. You got it?
Yes, sir. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 15. All the days of the afflicted are evil.
Read that again.
All the days of the afflicted are evil.
So the Lord is already letting you know what time it is. That's the expectation of the battle. All the days of the afflicted. We are the afflicted. All the days are going to be evil. Watch this.
But he that is of a merry heart hath a continual feast.
Right. It says, he that is of a merry heart have a continual feast. I know Men's Conference 2019, when Bishop came out, he was sick. A lot of us cried, but to see how he handled that, because one of the things, like when your health is good, you know you good, but when the Lord touched that flesh and you get sick, that bring out a whole nother side, because that affliction in the flesh is no joke. But how he persevered and had the same mindset, you know, just really teaching you how to handle adversity no matter what. And all the leadership that the Lord set up, they've handled adversity in every single aspect. So we're not going to go through anything new. So when they giving us counsel, we could trust in the counsel that they give him, because the Lord set these men up as examples for us to learn from. So that's what I like, just hearing them and them sharing that and the mindset to power through the adversity. So that's what I glean from, you know, even being around you, Cap. You know what I mean? We had Captain Amazab here. You know, a lot of things these men of experience went through that we learn from as up and coming leaders. So all praise to the Most High.
I want to say one thing that I see, you know, that I always recognized growing up is this. For some reason, we always were at the bottom. When we do everything better than everybody else. When you look at sports, you look at football, you look at basketball, we always outperform. But you always wonder, like, why are we at the bottom? And then, you know, coming into the truth and reading, I want to get it real quick, Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It's going to go into, you know, what we're talking about as far as being unified.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So I learned that scripture. I'm like, man, we are better than everybody. You know, God is saying we're better than everybody. So why are we at the bottom? And the reason we're at the bottom is because we're not organized. We're not together. So when you bring it up the point to where brothers are not showing up to the conferences and different things like that, when we look at the other nations, like when we look at the Chinese man, they unified. When we look at the Arab man, they unified. What would happen if us, as being God's chosen people, actually got unified? Understand that around the scriptures. Just imagine what we could accomplish if we did that. And that's what we're seeing. So, like, when we look at the promos, we play, 5 promos? What type of impact is that going to have on people? And we got limited budgets. We're not a multi-million-dollar studio, but if you look at those promos, you would never know that.
Right.
You understand that? But look at what we're going up against. The Amalek, where they showed how the news media or the outlets are controlled by our enemies, almost 100% of them. They spend billions and billions of dollars to give us, what's the Little Red or whatever her name is?
Stinky Red.
Stinky Red.
Stanky Red.
Just imagine the budget they got in promoting that sister. And we just got, how many guys y'all have on IT yesterday after the men's conference? And how long did it take you to put the videos together yesterday?
Well, we have from the time we get back up until the end of class. So,
hey, real quick, with that being said, years ago, there was an editor with us that you would wait 2-3 years to get a video. Yeah. Now you have brothers, you're getting it in a couple hours. That right there show who's the real brothers and who's the fake.
There you go.
The fake is gonna hold your stuff hostage for ransom. The real is gonna say, no, the people need to see this immediately. Right. So like you brought out in Maccabees, they're gonna scour tirelessly just in order to give it to the people. That's a real brothers like, yo, I understand the mission. Put me on that team. Put me in, coach. Fake brothers are gonna hold that stuff hostage and make you feel like you gotta depend on them, and they're gonna be a brother and give you little, what's that, bait? Yeah, I'll put it out next week. Next week turns into 3 years. Nigga, to hell with you. Hey, we got to end it in a second. But Officer Uzziah, there is a Kevin Samuels video. I was about to hold the mic with my arm. Hold on. I know. We got the commercials too. I'll end it with this last video right here. Go to. It doesn't have a number on it. It's Kevin Samuels. It's a split screen with he and a brother. Since we're in the vein of men's conference. Damn, there was. You got it? Let me see it on the screen. Yep. Let's play that.
They reached the top 20%, but if I happen to be average, I would still like to have a family. I don't want to have a single.
You have a family. You have 3 children, and you're a high school graduate.
Yes, sir.
And you've been reduced to staying at home with your children. And you came on asking questions about women. You don't need to be doing anything with women. You need to be a monk until you get your stuff together. That means some sort of profession. Because honestly, man, you're not living like a man. You're living like a woman. Effectively, you might as well be on government assistance.
Damn.
What's the most you ever made per hour?
19 an hour.
The average woman in this country black woman earns $37,000. Effectively, you're a woman.
Damn.
I'm not joking, man. I'm not saying this to clown you, but I'm concerned that you came in talking about women and you got 3 mouths to feed. You can't make any more babies, and you got to get someplace to where you're earning enough money, because are you on state-run child support?
No, sir. I take care of my kids.
I don't think you understand.
So, okay. I actually want to play it one more time before we do the commercials and end it, right? Because in the vein of men's conference, it's about us hearing the truth in order to fix ourselves. So this brother is calling into Kevin Samuels, stating that he wants a family, he wants to be married, he wants to meet a woman, things of that nature. And Kevin Samuels gives him the harsh truth. Listen, brother, you need to get your stuff in order. You need to work on yourself before you start making more children. Message. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to, let's say, Kevin Samuels, Bishop did a lot of this yesterday as well. He went into us not going off into disorder, being black, why we got to, do these things every year in the sense of some of the mess ups, right? As Bishop was getting on the men during class, no sister wrote about your male bashing. Not one comment. Not one comment not one sister said in the comments, stop talking about the men like that.
Never. The hell is this?
Not one. When Kevin Samuels' name is brought up, not one time do I hear a sister say he gets on the men. He's male bashing. But the moment you say that about sisters, you're what is it?
Toxic.
You're misogynist.
Yeah, oh yeah. Mansplaining.
You're a misogynist. You're a woman basher. I think you hate black women. But men's conference is about men learning how to really be men.
That's
from
right.
Men.
Right.
Listen, we all, and Bishop went over how you've been in the truth 3 years. You're literally a 3-year-old. You're a 3-year-old. So you have a 3-year-old man that is having the mindset, I want to go start my own thing. What 3-year-old can run an operation?
The hell is this?
Bro, you 3, bro. Sit down, bro.
Huh? Yeah,
Bro,
right.
you 3, bro.
Go sit your ass down. But here we have Kevin Samuels telling the brother the harsh truth. Listen, bro. Play it again real quick. And that's love.
Top 20%, but if I happen to be average, I would still like to have a family. I don't want to have a single.
You have a
so
family.
He says he's 27 with 3 different baby mamas looking for a woman. He needs to hear, brother, Stop leading with your penis. Grow up. Be an example to those children that you have. Get your stuff together first. Brothers, what we learned this weekend is what type of brother are you? Are you a brother that's going to lay your life down for your brother? Are you going to say to hell with this world for the gospel's sake and do the work? Are you going to get your damn passport to do the work? What type of brother are you? Go ahead, play it.
You have 3 children and you're a high school graduate.
Yes, sir.
And you've been reduced to staying at home with your children. And you came on asking questions about women. You don't need to be doing anything with women. You need to be a monk until you get your stuff together. That means some sort of profession. Because honestly, man, you're not living like a man. You're living like a woman. Effectively, you might as well be on government assistance.
Damn.
What's the most you ever made per hour?
19 an hour.
The average woman in this country black woman earns $37,000. Effectively, you're a woman.
Damn.
I'm not joking, man. I'm not saying this to clown you, but I'm concerned that you came in talking about women and you got 3 mouths to feed. You can't make any more babies, and you got to get someplace to where you're earning enough money, because are you on state-run child support?
No, sir. I take care of my kids.
I don't think you understand.
So, all right, we're going. That was a lot to unpack. But the correction is necessary for all those brothers who were at men's conference. All of the, especially the presenters, each of them went into various aspects of us, picked us apart as leaders, and that we have to better ourselves, because again, it's not about your local city that you're in. It's not about being a leader in DC. It's not about being a leader in New York or Atlanta or Florida, California. It's about you leading a nation. And that nation is scattered into the 4 corners of the earth.
That's right.
So what are we going to do? We're going to continue to give into our lusts? Are we going to continue to give into hatred and envy and strife? I'm sorry, one scripture. 1 Corinthians 13. I went over this last night with some brothers. 1 Corinthians 13, 17.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse, hold on 1 second. 13 to 17?
Is that what I said? 1 Corinthians. Corinthians. Hold on. 1 Corinthians 11:17. Thank you.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 17. Now in this that I declare unto you, I praise you not, that ye come together not for the better, but for the worse.
So, some come together what should be for the betterment, but their objective is for what?
For the worse.
For the worse. Come together for the worse. Go ahead.
For first of all, when ye come together in the church, I hear that there be divisions among you, and I partly believe it.
Why the divisions? Because the process of you coming together was for the worse. So there's divisions, there's envying, there's strife, there's hatred. So we gotta. These are type of things that the leadership went over during men's conference. What are we in this for? What is your objective? They showed us the vision that is the 4 corners of the earth. So what are we going to do? How are we going to better ourselves in order to help the mission? Or are we going to be a hindrance to the mission? But let me expose you to something you may not know. You are unable to hinder the mission.
That's right.
You're only going to hinder yourself. That's all I got. Anybody else got anything before we close out? Anything else?
Yes, sir. The James 1:1, just to back up what you said.
Go ahead, bro.
James chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of God.
So James, a servant of God.
And of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
To the 12 tribes.
To the all 12 tribes of Israel.
Which are scattered abroad. Greetings.
So we got to service all the 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad. Not D.C., not America, not South America, the whole globe.
Hey, we just want to thank everybody behind the scenes.
Yes,
the
sir.
tech team, Officer Azaniah, Officer Eli, Officer Emmanuel, Officer Isaiah, Officer Remuel, Officer Duell, Soldier Emmanuel. Thank you all. Thank you all. Tech team, thank you, sisters, for the breakfast this morning. It was great. Also, we want to wish Godspeed to all of you brothers traveling back to your respective cities. We want to thank IUIC DC again for allowing us to have Patient Saints Radio. I was pestering Captain Matt all week.
Man, look, it's a
Texting him
pleasure.
this morning. Like, let us make this happen. He's like, Cap, he's like, don't worry, we got you. He's like, we even got breakfast for you. I said, you got breakfast?
Special coffee for the captain.
You got breakfast?
Out of your favorite sippy cup. But not though, hey, family,
crazy.
for real, real talk. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We got to get the subscribers back up to Patient Saints Radio. You know they shut their channel down. You know it was at over 80,000.
That was the IUIC Atlanta.
Yeah,
bro.
the IUIC, that's what it was.
Yeah.
They had over 80,000 subscribers. Come on, family. We know
But
we
they
can
shut
get it
down
out there.
both.
Right.
Yeah, they did shut
We
down
got to
both.
get it up.
So yeah, we
You
had
know,
to create
you-
2 new ones.
You might not think it, but you subscribing to these channels is part of spreading this gospel, because the more people subscribe, the more the videos are shared, just based on what they call it, the metrics or whatever they call
Algorithm.
it.
Metrics.
Algorithm.
Algorithm.
Right. So if you can do you might not have the money, but you can click the like, share, and subscribe button, man. Come on, man.
All praise. And big shout out to all the presenters this weekend, the officers, the captains. Yo, thank you. It was an amazing weekend. And we're going to end it with these commercials. So stay tuned. In Israel, with that, we say shalom.
Introducing Ophirus Creations, your go-to clothing store on Etsy. Our collection features the finest quality clothing at affordable prices, from fringes to ponchos, multicolor bullion fringes to metallic fringes, t-shirts to waist beads, and colorful skirts to maxi dresses. We have everything you need to elevate your wardrobe with a wide range of options to choose from. We guarantee that you'll find something that suits your style. Visit our store today and shop with us to discover the perfect piece to complete your outfit.
See, making popcorn, it's not just cooking. You're not just heating up seeds with oil. Nah, it's an art.
Jalapeno cheddar, fire.
This popcorn is a great follow-up right after the Benji juice. Fire.
I tried to master my process so I could really develop the best popcorn ever.
You said it's the what?
The best popcorn in the world.
Get your premium popcorn at wepoppopcorn.com.
Have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here, to give you the truth.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Read. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy love is the truth.